Okay now.
To person between my pen.
I see.
I see what I want to do when you forget me.
Okay.
What are you looking for? One day, Mama said, I want me to go. I got no one who tell them back. Oh, where would he get? I got you to put it
Gbogbo méjì ọkà bàbà, gbogbo mẹ́ta ọkà wáṣẹ́. Orí ló túmọ̀ ẹ̀dùn, gbogbo ọ̀nà ní túmọ̀ ẹsẹ̀. Akọni ìmọ̀ tú ìmọ̀ jọ, ìmọ̀ èmi ni wọn kì í dálẹ̀. Bọ́bá lọ mẹ́lẹ́mọ́, wá fi jóye ẹlẹ́mọ́. Akọni wọ́n bá lọ gbé fèrè, wá fi jóye ẹlòkó. Bọ́wọ́ wọn bá tẹ̀lé, wọ́n á fi jòyè aláre. Àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta parapọ̀, wọ́n wá jọ ń pẹ́ mọ́. Ẹ̀ẹ́mọ́ olóko jẹ, wọ́n pa Akíntọ́lá ọmọ Ògún. Wọ́n pàdé Ìyọ̀dà ọmọ Àtàràbọ̀bà. Àkọ́bí wọ́n pàdé Ṣàtàdá bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọmọ bá Ìjẹ̀bú mèrè. Aṣíwájú odògbólùkẹrẹ. Ajagun lólòdì ọ̀run. Tó bá ṣe pé tìyẹ, tó bá ṣe pé tìyẹ. Lọ́ bá ń darí jọ wí. Àgbèrò ni kò ń gbọ́wọ́. Ọ̀gọ́ ti ṣìgìdì máa gbé. Àgétì ló máa ń gbé. Àyàn ti ìlàyàn ewúrẹ́. Ọlọ́run dákun má padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀, kó má gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ aṣíwájú.
Orin àyájọ́ ni wọ́n dìde wọ́n pínlẹ̀ ogun oyin tí mo rí ká bá mi wá yẹn dà ká ní kó bá mi wá.
Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Atima ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Wanama ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Susu, baby, subramia. Subramia, Soko sunu baby subramia, Soko sunu baby subramia, Soko sunu baby subramia, Ejembo, Anamana, Ejemeje, Anamana, Wanamejembo, Anamu, Karatuba dodiri chukuma tukutuba dodiri ndimo, Eguma wego. Tuba jodiri chukuma duku tuba jodiri ndi mmụọ obodo jisi ike n'ụbọchị eruo na oyibo
It's a free one. Be free. Be free. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just have to act like you are drunk, like you are crazy. Confuse your enemies. Confuse them. Since I was born, but now I am getting youth.
Here we go again. So here we go again. You know, because of the sharpness of the pardon me, because of the sharpness of the camera on this particular laptop, it always catches me off guard. It's almost like a 3D thing. With my big head just looms out of the screen. But there it is. Never mind all that. So good day to you all. Good to be in your company. And what was that greeting for the Muslim festivities that somebody Baraka de Ramadan? Baraka de Ramadan. I think I'll say that until I'm corrected. So Baraka de Ramadan to our Muslim listeners. I hope the period goes in the manner that you hope and wish for. So carry on with your fasting. I will do the eating on your behalf, you know, so don't worry about all that. The food will not go to waste. But I know. So greetings to our Muslim followers, as greetings to all of you as well. So another day, another session with your favorite or your laughing man, one man waits to more. You know that guy with the peculiar voice that talks in a funny manner online? Me, yes, your favorite guy. So so good day to you all. So we hurtle into it. The usual protocol first, click on the like button just as soon as you're coming in. Subscribe if you haven't done that already. And then if you want to come and join us on the screen, that hyperlink that says StreamYard, that's your ticket to ride. So your ticket to ride is the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So I'll send that hyperlink into the comment section again, so that it is immediate to hand. So the first line item on the comment section on whichever platform you're watching us from, that's the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So if you click on that, it will bring you into a studio space. And as soon as I finish delivering the body of the talking points, I'll let you onto the screen, invite your thoughts. Nothing complex, nothing complicated. It's an open microphone session. The open microphone, the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So you click on like. So I'll continue to label this, by the way, until we see some marked improvements. There was a period, believe it or not, that we were getting likes in the hundreds, but that seems to have petered somewhat. We all probably know why those wayward from that will be. But click on like. So we'll continue to label that until we see some improvements in that space. So click on like. If you're not already subscribed, click on that as well. We're looking for 10 new subscribers today. So you be one of them, or you set us on that path. So we're looking for a minimum of 10 new subscribers today. So if you're not already subscribed, click on like, click on subscribe. So do those two things, and then click on that hyperlink if you want to be part of the conversation, and then the $sign at the bottom of the screen. Click on that as well and empty the content of your wallet into mine. So that $sign, we have set the bar now to a minimum of 5 super charts per session, which is a very low bar. So there's no reason why it should not be reached. So we have the anticipation that in the course of this session, a minimum of 5 super chats. So Ayo has kicked it off severally, and Bosun, of course, joins him in that space as well. So a minimum of so set us on that path then to reach that very quickly. So what are we talking about today? So of course, is there any other story apart from Julius Abure returning himself as the chairman still of the Labour Party, running some sham sort of neck election to return himself? No INEC representation there. Anyway, all of that. So that's where. So let's go straight into it. And kick it off with this. Plenty of room in the comment. Plenty of room in the studio. Anybody that wants to jump on. It always starts slowly, and then suddenly it picks up. But we don't want it started slowly. We want the room filled just as soon as the session starts. No, this is not where I want to start it from. Let's start it from here. All right, let's start it from here. Right, Abure re-elected as Labour Party National Chairman, NLC kicks. So, of course, there was a lot of anticipation that this particular convention would not hold, but he's forced it through anyway and returned himself as the National Chairman. Abure re-elected Labour Party National Chairman, NLC kicks. So let's see what's in play here. The embattled National Chairman of the Labour Party LP, Mr. Julius Abure, has been re-elected for a second term by a unanimous affirmation of delegates, despite the protest from by the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress. So there it is right there, a unanimous affirmation. I don't even know what that means. Right, the embattled National Chairman of the Labour Party LP, Mr. Julius Abure, has been re-elected for a second term by a unanimous affirmation of delegates, despite the protest by the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC. The chairman of the National Convention and Deputy Governor of Abia State, Mr. Ikechukwu Emetu, declared him the winner during the party's national convention that held in Nnewi, Anambra State. So everything about this just rings corruption. So the national convention is being held in Peter Obi's own home state. The national chairman, that is a known criminal now, because there's enough sufficient, not yet convicted, but almost certainly will be convicted. The national chairman, that is a known criminal, a known fraudster. And we only know this really because the treasurer of the party and virtually all of the functionaries of that party tell us so. So the national chairman, a known criminal, he organizes convention. He organizes the party's convention in the home state of the, so the national chairman of the party, Julius Abure, a known criminal, a known fraudster, because there's a plethora of documentations, allegations, even court judgments that tells us that it's a known fraudster. So we know that it's not even allegedly, he is a known fraudster. So the national chairman of that party, a known fraudster, organizes the convention of the party against the protestations of the owners of the party, which is the Nigerian Labour Congress. The Nigerian Labour Congress actually, by fact and reaffirmed by law, they have ownership of the Labour Party. So he unilaterally organized a convention for this party. So he did that. So he then did that in the home state of the presidential candidate of the party, Peter Obi, also a known fraudster, and then declares himself unanimously returned as the chairman. So fraud all the way through. So fraud all the way through, but then that, of course, always the anticipation of that space. But this is just the opening salvo, by the way, because, of course, this is not the end by any stretch of the imagination of that particular of that particular storyline. So yes, this is chairman of the Labour Party, LP, Mr. Julius Abure, has been re-elected for a second term by unanimous affirmation of delegates, despite the protests by the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC. The national chairman of the National Convention and Deputy Governor of Abia State, Mr. Ikechukwu Emetu, declared him winner during the party's national convention held in Nnewi, Anambra State. Other serving officers of the party were also returned. So not only did he rig himself in, he rigged his team in as well. So he rigged both himself and his team in. So and by the way, this is all of this now is a nonsense, of course, because they will very quickly rage and remember that all of the national chairmen of all of the state chapters of the Labour Party, they've all universally turned their back against this guy. So how is that even a possibility? Let's just even pause and reflect on that for a moment. I will cover that story here as well. All of the national chairmen of all of the state chapters of the Labour Party, they turned their back. Remember when they went to protest at their local offices nationwide, where Abure was then telling us that they stole some money. So all of the national chairmen of all of the state chapters of the Labour Party, they've universally turned their back against Julius Abure. But he's telling us that he's held a convention when he was unanimously returned as the chairman of the party. So those two spaces don't cohere. There's no logic. There's no rhyme to that rhythm. There is no rhyme to that. It doesn't cohere. The mathematics does not work. The the state delegates, led by their chairperson, all in protestation that they want Abure out of situation, and he's telling us that he's held a convention where they returned him as the national chairman unanimously. So the mathematics does not work. The mathematics does not work, but let's carry on. Recall that the NLC had called for Abure's resignation, and not only at the state, so the state chairman of the Labour Party chapters rejected him, but the Nigerian Labour Congress also, which is the parent organization of the Nigerian Labour Union, they've also rejected Abure. So all of that, add all of that together and weight against the affirmation, the announcement, the pronouncement that he was unanimously returned. So it doesn't cohere with logic. There's no rhyme to the rhythm. No rhyme to the rhythm. But then, of course, when has anything within the Labour Party have ever rhymed with rhythm? So no rhyme with rhythm. Recall that the NLC had called for Abure's resignation as party chairman and the immediate constitution of a caretaker transition committee to organize a legitimate and all-inclusive national convention for the party. Meanwhile, a factional chairman of the Labour Party in Anambra State, Mr. Peter Okoye, has boasted that the Nnewi National Convention will not stand. Describing the convention as a sham, well, tell us, you don't say Sherlock, that's Sherlock Holmes right there with its intrepid investigation, telling us it's a sham. What else was it from the get-go? Meanwhile, a fractional chairman of the Labour Party in Anambra State, Mr. Peter Okoye, has boasted that the Nnewi National Convention will not stand. Describing the convention as a sham, Okoye said, "This is not a convention. We are on top of the matter. It is purely illegal. There was no World Congress, no local government Congress, no state Congress, and now who is who are the elected delegates that are electing the national." I don't quite know what that means. The NLC was not there. So the Nigerian Labour Congress was not there. The TUC was not there. The owners of the party and members of the NEC and board of trustee members were not there too. So who is holding the convention? So Badwe, as Wole Soyinka said, no, it's just it's not that they ever held it. Because of course, as Wole Soyinka rightly said, it's a graduate setup. But if they ever had any rectitude that looked like morality, it cannot carry on. A non-criminal organizes a sham election to declare himself the winner, and the patriarch of that party, who is very quick to comment on everything nationally, is deafening with his silence. So that's just it. The whole thing a sham. The whole thing a sham. All right. So that's this. The NLC was not there. The TUC was not there. The owners of the party and the party and members of the NEC and BOT members were not there. So who is holding the convention? So another round of legalese, I suspect. So back to court. Let me. I'll only give you this as a headline because I suspect that this might rankle with people somewhat. This now next headline. I suspect that this might rankle with people somewhat. And this guy is just come out of a recent palaver complaining about the central bank being moved to Lagos. And here he launches himself into yet another palaver. Senator Ndume condemns increment in Hajj fees. Senator Ndume condemns increment in Hajj fees for Muslim pilgrims, asks Tinubu to subsidize trips. So there it is. The Islamic Republic of Nigeria, this is essentially how the Aboki see it in the north. The senator representing Borno South Senatorial District, Mohammed Ali Ndume, on Wednesday urged the Nigerian government to subsidize Hajj fees for first-timers intending to go to the Holy Land. So why is the question? Why is the question? So they can go to their madras or their mosques and do a crowd funding there to send them to Hajj. I don't think God punishes you if you cannot afford to go to Hajj. So it's just the ridiculous. But then, of course, the entitlement, of course, and if he doesn't do it now, very quickly the threat comes. The senator representing Borno South Senatorial District, Mohammed Ali Ndume, on Wednesday urged the Nigerian government to subsidize Hajj fees for first-timers intending to go to the Holy Land. The commission handling a pilgrimage, NAHCON, had announced the new rate adjustment, citing the current rate of 1,400 to the dollar. So it's all about that space. So let me move on quickly from there to this. So it looks as though the government might have been caught up. We're not seeing the flashes of multicolors of super charts. Let's say the flashes of multicolors of super charts. It looks as though the government might have been caught out in a lie again. No enough crude for Port Harcourt Refinery, others. So this is it then. I think we had the assurance from Military that there was an abundance of crude to satiate the need of this now new onboarding refineries. The Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Heineken, has once the Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Heineken, has once again expressed fears that the newly inaugurated Dangote Petrochemical Refinery, Port Harcourt Refinery, Warri Refinery, Kaduna Refinery, and modular refineries in the country may not get enough crude locally for production of petroleum products without increase in production in the sector. So I think the INEC, not the INEC, I think the OPEC system actually allows you to produce as much as you need to satiate your domestic needs. So the domestic consumption is not part of the OPEC quota. So that 1 point whatever million barrels per day that were quoted in OPEC is entirely about export. It's nothing to do with our internal usage. So so you can increase production is what I'm saying. You should be capacitated to increase production. So just increase production. The Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Heineken, has once again expressed fears that the newly inaugurated Dangote Petrochemical Refinery, Port Harcourt Refinery, Warri Refinery, Kaduna Refinery, and modular refineries in the country may not get enough crude oil locally for the production of petroleum products without increase in production in the sector. Heineken expressed this fear publicly for the third time in the last 4 months at the 2024 sector retreat for the ministry held yesterday in Abuja with the theme Building Synergy for Enhanced Development in the Oil and Gas Sector. So not sufficient enough petroleum, not sufficient enough crude to satiate suddenly we are almost now to the point of having too many refineries, from just as early as a literal yesterday not having any. We have quite a handful of modular refineries. So the modular refineries are small little refineries that have capacities for like about 50,000 barrels thereabouts. So Port Harcourt completed, Warri virtually completed, Kaduna ready, Dangote on board. So suddenly now, from having none, we have an abundance of our refineries now. But let's go on from there to this. Let's go on from there to this. Labour Party reserved 2027 presidential ticket for Peter Obi, Abia governor ticket for OT. So this is, Peter Obi is going to stand and fall, or stand or fall with Julius Abure. I cannot say it any other way. He's going to stand or fall with Julius Abure, almost certain to fall with Julius Abure, because his integrity, which is what they want. And by the way, Peter Obi doesn't have any integrity, but that's the narrative that they are rebranding him under. Everybody, you and I know, because we've gone through his rap sheet for long enough on this platform. Peter Obi has zero. Probably Atiku Abubakar even has more integrity than Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a hardened crook, but the integrity brand that they're using to sell him is going to be heavily tarnished now by his association with this known fraudster Julius Abure. But now, so having now returned himself as the chairman of the party, he rewards Peter Obi with an automatic ticket in order to tie Peter Obi to his own destiny, to his own fortunes. So by doing this, essentially, what Julius Abure is doing is locking Peter Obi into his trajectory politically in life. So that's what he's doing, is locking Peter Obi to himself. It's essentially a padlock to padlock Peter Obi to his destiny as some sort of make weight. But let's carry on. Labour Party reserves 2027 presidential ticket for P to B, Abia governor ticket for OT. So let's see what's going on here. The Labour Party has reserved its ticket for the 2027 presidential election for Peter Obi. Obi, a former, let's do that entirely all over again. The Labour Party has reserved its ticket for the 2027 presidential election for Peter Obi. Obi, a former Anambra State governor, was the party's presidential candidate in 2023. He came third in the election, losing to Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress, etc., etc. This was disclosed in a communique issued at the end of the national convention of the party held on Wednesday, the 27th of March, 2027, at XYZ Newe, Anambra State. The communique reads, the convention in session, based on the antecedents of the presidential candidate before, the communique reads, the convention in session, based on the antecedents of the presidential candidates before, during, and after the 2023 general election, recommends that the 2027 presidential ticket of the party be solely reserved for His Excellency, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, the national leader of the party. So there it is right there. So tell me what color of democracy that is. Tell me what color democracy that is. So if Peter Obi is popular, let him test his popularity in the fields. You know, even Tinubu will contend for the APC ticket, unless, of course, individually people drop for him to open up that space for him. But the party cannot reserve the ticket for him, because there'll be some wayward northerner that wants to push that space. You know, but it's just, anyway, this is what Soyinka means, by the way, when he talks about Gbadjo. So how can you reserve a presidential ticket in 2027 for somebody that lost an election in 2023? Let him come into the field. Let him throw his hat into the ring and indicate that he wants to contest one. He wants to contest under your party's banner too. And then he presents himself then for the consideration of the party, and whoever else wants to contends, and then he presents an argument, and then he wins or loses. So that's how it's done. You don't reserve the, but anyway. The communique reads, the convention in session, based on the antecedents of the presidential candidate before, during, and after the 2023 general election, recommends that the 2027 presidential ticket of the party be solely reserved for His Excellency, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, the national leader of the party. So I wonder if that's an official designation, the national leader of the party. Similarly, the party also reserved its ticket for Governor Alex Otti of Abia State in the 2027 governorship election in the state. Furthermore, the convention in session reviewed ongoing development and performance of its governor in Abia State, His Excellency Dr. Alex Otti, let's do that again. Furthermore, the convention in session reviewed ongoing development and performance of its governor in Abia State, His Excellency Dr. Alex Otti, and passed a vote of confidence on him. So that should be in him, of course, and recommends the 2027 Abia State governorship ticket of the party be reserved for His Excellency Dr. Alex Otti. It's also read. So this it's quite a ridiculous setup anyway. This was announced by the chairman of the National Convention. This was announced actually by Ikechukwu Emetu, who is the deputy governor of Abia State. So the deputy governor of Abia State, acting as a functionary of the Labour Party, reserves the Abia State governorship ticket in 2027 for himself and his master. And that is democracy right there, Labour Party style. Abure's victory comes amidst heavy criticism against his style of leadership. The convention was attended by members of the National Working Committee, National Executive Committee. Peter Obi was there actually. Peter Obi, national leader. So Peter Obi actually. So by Peter Obi being there, this actually ascends to his. They are nailed now together. Essentially, this is what this tells us. So it's nailed his destiny to Julius Abure. So if the courts then come back with a verdict of guilty on the plethora of fraudulent allegations against Julius Abure. We now see how that plays out. The convention was attended by members of the National Working Committee, National Executive Committee, Peter Obi, National Leader, Deputy Governor of Abia State, Labour Party senators, House of Rep members, State House of Assembly members, Labour Party commissioners, Labour Party. So these are still Abure loyalists from Peter Obi all the way down. So these are people that owe something to Abure. So essentially, but the key stakeholders are not there. So let me take you very quickly to this one. Meet world's oldest, not oldest though, probably oldest as well. Meet world's longest serving political leaders. So yes, I was expecting really just a rundown of African faces, but let's see. So let's see. So meet world's longest serving political leaders. I'll just give you their names and their tenure. Vladimir Putin. So he's been returned for a 5th term, and with each term running for 5 years. So he's now 25 years in. So Theodore Obiang, this is Equatorial Guinea. He's been there for 44 years. So this is Paul Biya. This is the president of that wayward guy that's always launching at Nigeria in the comment section. He's been president for 41 years. You know, probably a good number of you listening to this broadcast, you are not even up to that in age. This guy was president long before you were born, probably long before even your parents met. Paul Biya, Cameroon, 41 years. Right, so Denis Sassou Nguesso, Congo, so that he's 39 years. Museveni, 37 years, so he's battling it out with Bobby Wine. The guy from Tajikistan, he's 31 years, so it's not just an African matter. Eritrea, 30 years. Belarus, 29 years. So I don't think they have set tenures in any of this. Clearly they don't. Djibouti, 24 years. Russia, 24 years. So that's Vladimir Putin. Of course, Rwanda, he keeps changing the constitution, Paul Kagame. So he's 23 years in and showing no signs of wanting to relinquish the reins of power. So that's just that right there. So let me give you this one. Tinubu gives scholarships, houses to children, families of 17 soldiers killed in Delta. So I mean, that's the list that could be done. So well done to Tinubu for. I'm especially impressed by the scholarship, the houses as well. So that's that. All right. I think that's sufficient enough to be going with. Is there anything else? Oh, let me bring this to your attention. This will be the last one, by the way. Still plenty of room in the studio. Anybody that wants to hop on. Let me send the link. Let me send the link. So it's always off-putting when the studio is a bit sparse. So if you want to jump in, just to let there be some sort of a rhythm to the fluidity of it all. So I don't quite know what I just said there, but anyway, you get my drift. How FAAC is shared amongst government tiers. So this essentially the sharing formula. When they go for this federal allocation, what's it every. When they go for this federal allocation, what's it every month? So the formula for sharing is now what's being broken down here. Social development indicators, health, education, water. So that there's an attribution of allocation of 10% to that. Economic productivity, IGR. So there's a 10% allocation to that. So I'm not quite sure if that is matching funds or not. And nature, land mass. So in terms of your geographical mass, you get a 10% for that. Human productivity, which is population, you get 30% for that. So I guess that is where they skew the population numbers in the north. Equality. So I'm not quite sure what this equality means. If anybody has an understanding of what it is, then maybe educate us all. Equality gets 40%, whatever that means. The revenue allocation formula. So the federal space gets 52.68%. The state gets 26.72%. The local government gets 20.60%. But the local government allocation, of course, this still comes under the purview of the state. So the state collects that as well. So essentially, it's a 53-27 split, essentially, if we round it off between the states and the federal space. Horizontal allocation formula, equality 40, so we've already gone equality 40, population 30, IGR effort 10, land mass and terrain 10, education 4, health 3, water 3. So that's the sharing formula then for the, so that's just a bit of useful information just to know. So a bit of useful information just to know. So we'll leave it there for the moment. So we leave it there for the moment. Yes, I'm not going to label this super chat thing anymore. Do it. We want a minimum of 5 super chats, but you do as you will. But if you don't do it just to be derisory, though. If you don't do some silly little whatever, but yes, we need a minimum of 5. So let me play you the Kegite music. Bring on the people assembled so far. Still plenty of room in the studio. Click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard if you want to come join. But first, the Kegite.
Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí àkẹ́kẹ́rẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́rẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Chief Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́rẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́ọ̀dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dìlé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dìlé o. Petro Sọ́nàmẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dìlé o. Petro Sọ́dúnkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dìlé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. Iku kò ní ríwà gbéṣe, but death have nothing to do with us. So amen to that on behalf of myself and you, my friends. So joining us are General Thomas. Good to have Thomas, looking relaxed and is looking like a yoppie. Do you remember that term, yoppie, young urban professional? That's what that stood for, yoppie. So that's yoppie Thomas right there. And that is Poppy Playtown right there. That is father of the bride, Ajanle Koko, course, and Bishop are almost certain to be in a stroke somewhere. So good to have you, gentlemen. Good to be in your company. Let's kick it up. Let's kick it off with Uptown, who has not been with us for a while. Uptown, you ready to go? Jason, can anyone hear me? Jason, Uptown?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, I was struggling to connect my audio.
All right, we can hear you. It's nice and crisp, so stay where you are. So that's a good, because I wanted it to start with somebody that has a clear and lucid audio. So you have that. So good to see you. Take us through the politics from your point of view.
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you not hear me?
Yeah, you truthful. I can hear you now.
All right, brilliant. So I was saying, take us through the politics. Do you want to kick it off then with this convention? Then Abure returning himself as the party chairman for the Labour Party. So Badre, like Wole Soyinka rightly said, Badre.
Okay. Greetings, everybody. Beginning with our panelists. I miss you guys. It's been a short while. I've been off. A lot on my plate. I can't help, but I listen most of the times. But I'm glad to be here, and to our audience, like and subscribe, like Baba will always say. So, one man, the convention. It's actually very sad that it took place in my village, in my town.
It's sad, but it's not surprising. It's consistent with what is a graduate setup, isn't it? So nothing unexpected happened. It's just a bunch of fraudsters committing fraud.
No. Okay, so there are different dimensions to okay. Somebody's audio is quite noisy. I don't know if you heard that one, man, or maybe it's yours.
No, it was me. I've muted it. Sorry,
Okay.
Sorry, carry on. Yeah, it was my phone.
All right, fine. So there's several dimensions to it. I've tried to reach out to a couple of people that I know. My sources of genuine informations as far as the party politics of Labour Party is concerned, because Labour Party is it literally has two sides to it here. So the party politics and obedient movements. Of course, everybody in this platform knows that. Of course, I'm more knowledgeable about the obedient movements and the goings on in the movements, the strategy and everything. But for the party, the Labour Party,
the Labour Party is the party that drives the obedient movement.
Yes,
so
yes.
You can't separate the two, which I think is what you're just trying to do. Yeah.
No. I'm not separating. The two.
Okay.
I'm not separating the two. But I'm saying that in the whole Labour Party thing, yeah, there is two dimensions to it. So there's the obedient movement and there's the party. So they're not separate. The party is the vehicle. The obedience are those inside the vehicle, part of those inside the vehicle, a huge chunk of it. So the point is, with what is going on in Labour Party, this is my understanding. A few weeks ago, Julius Abure was being exonerated from his whatever thing he was having with the 8-man crew of Arabambi and his cohorts. So now he wants to use the opportunity to hold a convention, which is acceptable by me and a whole lot of people. That is a good time. This is a good time to hold a convention. But for me, and for a lot of obedience, what we thought was that since Abure's tenure just came to an end last month, that this convention is going to produce a new chairman, and particularly from the north.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but the NLC was not at that convention. The TUC was not at that convention. Members of the NEC were not at that convention. Members of the Board of Trustees were not at that convention. So what legitimizes it?
Okay. There are more people not on the convention. Alex Oti is not there. The only elected governor is not there. Mr. Peter Obi is not there.
He's not a party functionary. Now I'm talking about the party functionaries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You mentioned party functionaries. I just wanted to mention extra stakeholders that are also not there. So even Mr. Peter Obi is not there. I mean, imagine a convention with Mr. Peter Obi. But even though I understand why he wasn't there. But the point to note, first of all, is, am I for a continuation of a Julius Abure tenure? No, I'm not. And I have my reasons and I think my reasons reflect the reasons of a lot of obedience who are obviously against this. But the convention had INEC observers there.
They did not. It did not. Don't say that. It did not have INEC. There was no INEC representation there.
No. One man.
Why does INEC have to be at the convention? What does it have to do with INEC?
No, INEC has to be there to endorse it as a properly run system.
No, INEC doesn't have to. INEC doesn't have to be in a convention.
No, they have to be there. They have to be there.
Let me respond.
You know, because all the names will still have to be sent to an INEC. They are, what do you call? Their NEC, and those that are elected there, they still have to say.
INEC doesn't have to be at the convention.
All right. I don't want us to get stuck on that one for too long.
They must have the name of the executive committee that are elected. They must have it, and they must monitor their primary to see that is well conducted in according to the law. I mean, so they have to be there.
All right.
All right. Carry on. One of the highlights was that INEC was not actually there, but you seem to have a contrary view.
Yes. I also shared on the highlight as you stated it now that INEC was not there till I called someone that told me that an INEC representative was there. So I'm just putting that on that particular person's information. Now, am I going to clear it out? Yeah, sure. Maybe tomorrow I might make more research and find out they're probably not there. But according to the information this evening, the person said, yeah, there was an INEC official there. But the point is, the funny thing was that made me to even start making my research to know exactly what the issues was I thought that the convention today was really going to be worse than it turned out to be. But at the end of the day, I found out that the entire state chairman of Labour Party was there.
Are you talking about the ones that were protesting at the secretariat asking him to leave?
State chairman, Lagos State.
Yes. Were they not protesting at? Okay, carry on.
No, they weren't.
All right, carry on.
The funny thing about all the state chairmen are actually behind Abure, all without one exception. There's no one exception that stayed out.
Do you know why? Do you know why they are all in support of him? Because they are appointed by him. All of them were appointed by Abure and his team at the corrupt team at the national level. So they are all partners in progress. They are working for the same. They are working as a team, corrupt team. So it's not a big deal that they are also.
No, Baba. In every political problems.
Uptown, if you don't mind, one man, can I please ask one question, please?
Yeah, I ask him, and then after that, let him have a flow a bit. Ask the question and then back to him. Yeah.
Oh yes, thank you, one man. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. What comprises of delegates in the party? Is it not the party functionaries? So who actually voted to bring Abure into play? Because if the main functionaries are not there, which I think all parties, their state functionaries are their delegates. So if they are not there, how come Abure was elected? Thank you.
Okay. Thomas. Meanwhile,
yes, brother.
Good day. Who's that?
Carry on.
Okay. So I just said, my brother, I just told you right now that all the party chairmen from the different 36 states and the FCT were there, and they all came along with their state delegates,
including the Lagos State chapter.
Including the Lagos State, yeah. Dayo was there as well. Mrs. Dayo was there, and in fact, Mrs. Dayo has been promoted. The Lagos
So
State
they are no
chairman of
longer
Labour Party.
demanding. Lagos State is no longer demanding his resignation.
No.
Okay.
Dayo was there.
They were 2 days ago.
Dayo, the Lagos State chairman demanded for his resignation.
It's on the screen.
Sure?
It's on the screen. Lagos chapter demand Abure's resignation. We covered it here.
Which Lagos chapter? The legitimate Lagos leadership under Mrs. Dayo. That's what you need to check. So Mrs. Dayo was there, seated on the front row with her delegates and other executives from the Lagos Labour Party, and so everybody was there except select senators. Was not there. Mr. Obi obviously was not there, and some other people. So the problem is that this convention went far better than I actually hoped it should have gone, and according to what I'm hearing, the main thing now is to actually rescue the party from the renegades. I'm talking about the Apapa and the 8-man committee guys, and then people will start talking about Julius Abure. But then the fact about Julius Abure as Labour Party chairman is with the corruption you guys are citing. Now, first of all, I think, like I said before, I think Julius Abure has already overstayed his welcome. That's my opinion of a lot of obedience. But then, if you talk to a lot of people within the structures of the party, you begin to notice why almost everybody in the Labour Party, in terms of executives across the entire 36 states, have remained with Julius Abure. And the reason is because if you talk to a lot of people within the system of the party about what transpired during that electioneering, everybody was pointing back to Abure. So I'm not going to go into detail, but the point is that Abure fought a lot of war to cover Peter Obi from compromise, because fires were coming from both PDP and APC. And it was even when I started checking and asking questions that I found out that fires came from PDP more in that election than it came from APC, even though everybody was holding APC responsible.
Yes, because sorry, just from what you said, because the Labour Party was actually contending against PDP, not APC. So their election, they were battling for votes with because they are not fighting for the APC votes, because the APC votes are locked in. They were fighting PDP for votes. So that's why. But carry on, yeah.
All right. So I understand from talking to tons of Labour Party officials, the Arabambi faction that one is APC. But there is a more deeper one that they fought during the election from the southeast, from parts of south, especially in Akwa Ibom states, and then in the north, especially in the northeast, that moved a lot of the structures out weeks to the election. So if you talk to a lot of officials in the Labour Party, they'll tell you that if you remove the Abure in that election and how Abure was like a pillar, that Obi wouldn't have even made it to February 25 to contest. So that is how much they valued that shield Abure held against the enemies of the party. So if you talk to them, they'll tell you, man, this guy really fought battles for us. This guy made it possible for us to go into that election and all of that. So, but then I'll tell them, okay, fine, we agree. But the elections are over now, and we thank him. Great man. I mean, he was the biggest way to compromise that election, because he was national chairman. Abure could have just been offered some billions, and then he would just dabaru everything before election. He has the ultimate power to do that, to sabotage Peter Obi. So imagine the kind of offers that probably came to him. So yeah, we thank him for that, for holding strong and letting us to go into that election. But for me, and for a lot of obedience, right now, you had issues with Arabambi. We know what happened there. We know the roles Arabambi played. I wasn't here when he came to Yoshua. I would have asked him a lot of embarrassing questions. But we know the role.
Don't worry. I'll be trying to bring him back on Sunday.
we know I would have asked him questions that he would have asked, guy, who are you? Are you a Labour Party official? We know the roles he played in us not having senatorial, fielding senatorial and reps members in Lagos and parts of the Southwest. We know the roles, but let's not go there. That's over. But then, we thought now that elections is over. You had issues with these Arambi guys. We know they are the bad guys. But then, your image is already tainted. We can't say we have to wait till you go and prove yourself innocent in court. It's tainted. You can't say it's just like when Donyi Okupe had some this thing. If you check what he had with the court, I mean, it's just a matter of it's not something solid. But we say, bro, your image is tainted. Just give way as the DG. No need for explanations, because you can't be saying you're moving in certain direction and you have. So right now, the obedient movement believes that Abure, you might even go to court, because Abure now has come out. I'm sure he's going to address the public by next week beginning. And he's going to talk to even the allegations about the properties they were accusing him of and all of that. Even though I've asked a lot of people, a lot of those properties is not his actually. He's probably going to bring out his documents and all that. He still lives in a rented apartment in Abuja and all that. But then the point is, he has already a dent. So just give way. What Labour Party needs now is a new set of National Working Committee and a chairman from the Northwest especially. And I know the person that we are rooting for, which is Abdul Karim. We are rooting for Abdul Karim to take over the helms of the affair there, because we know he's also
but that's unlikely to happen now with the re-election of Julius Abure. Now he's going to be the chairman for the next cycle of elections.
Yeah, one man. There are rooms for stepping aside.
Apart from that, the Labour Party is a Southern-dominated party. So the idea that they're going to have leadership from the North is just a pie in the sky. That's not going to happen.
So you can't say that much now. He said it's a regional party. Emeka.
That should be solid that he's speaking, right?
No, that's uptown.
Uptown. Is it when Jesus Christ comes that you guys are going to assign a forensic accountant to go and investigate the account of the party and put this allegation to bed? Abure is not the one that would come out to say, and this is not my property, that's not my property, I'm still staying in a rented apartment. You are the one who the allegation is laid on. You can't be the arbiter and judge of this case. A third-party, reliable organization or individual, like a forensic accountant or an auditor, will be the one to come in and investigate, not Abure telling you I will bring in documents. If I am being accused of fraud and I have perpetrated fraud, do you think I will come with documents to show that I did the fraud? Why are we acting like we are children and do not understand how things are being done? It clearly shows. So I saw the news, and when I saw the news, I sent it to one man. In my mind, I said, the Labour Party is done. 2027 is irrelevant for them. When you are still re-electing the same person, and it shows that Abure does not want to leave that political party. The convention has sealed the fate of the Labour Party. He's like what woman has said. He will continue to be the chairman till the next election cycle. So whether you want somebody from the North, it probably is going to be in the dreams now. The only thing that can kick this man out is for you guys to insist on an independent external auditor or a forensic accountant to come in and investigate the allegation. These allegations have been going on for months. And I think the way you guys have been managing it is just childish and ridiculous, in my own opinion. I might be wrong. Thank you.
Okay. Can I just be not Emeka, just to be brief on that. So there's a whole lot of aspects to this. So you even need to be within the party or within the system to understand what's going on. And there is how you're going to try to handle something and you're going to create more problem for yourself. In fact, there is how you're going to try to handle taking Abure out and you're going to play into the hands of the actual enemies that Abure even prevented from coming to you.
There are no actual enemies. There are no. This is the stories.
Within
This
the
is
Labour
the
Party
baby.
no
When Abure is stealing money, where did he invent the enemies? These are the baby stories you guys tell to sleep well at night. Did Abure remember enemies when he was stealing money? And if you guys, you see, I didn't want to
sound
say
like an
anything.
Abure guy to you.
Wait, it's not about sounding. The statement
like
you
an
made.
Abure guy
I don't need. So you guys are just positioning things that are not truthful. Let me tell you how election work, because many of you are neophytes to election, to politics. Politics is over. If anything, if this thing is going on during the election cycle, yes, I can say maybe some enemies are sponsoring it. Once politics is over, the opposition party don't give a damn about what you guys are doing. Stop allowing Abure to be deceiving you guys and telling you guys lies. Where were those invented enemies when he was putting his hands into the cooking jar? Where were those enemies? Please, you guys should get organized. Let's call a spade a spade. Get organized.
Emeka, I've heard you. You made your points.
All right, carry on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you one more.
Yeah, carry on, Uptown.
You've made your points. So what I'm saying here is the state of situation on ground. Now I'm saying this as an analyst that knows what is going on. I'm not saying this about what will be my Uptown's ideal situation. My ideal situation is that Julius Abure tenure ended today. What's my ideal situation? I even have my idea of a candidate for a chairman. I have my idea of the kind of people that should be leading Labour Party. But I'm not even talking about my idea or whatever. I'm talking about what is on ground. I'm analyzing.
Just to progress the conversation, Uptown, going forward, project to the future. Kenneth Okonkwo said he wanted to be the party secretary. I don't think he succeeded in that. So we have pretty much the condemned.
Did you say Kenneth wanted to be party secretary?
Yes. Did he not say that he wanted to be the party secretary?
No, he didn't.
I'm sure he did. Did he not?
No, he did it. Kenneth is playing more.
I think I heard him on Sheon say that, but I have to double check.
No, please double check. Double check. But the point is that So right now, I'm not going to lie to you. Obedience are not happy with what went on in the convention, and I'm sure a lot of you probably know that. You get what I'm saying? But right now, Obedience are waiting for Mr. Peter Obi on Thursday to address us.
So sorry, Uptown. So what is Obi going to do? Like, you guys, you need to understand how party system work, how party structure work. Look, Obi came into the party that already had a structure. So if Obi wanted to influence the structure of that party, he would have done that before the convention. It means that state chairman, the members of the national working committees, all those people, he would have been able to bring his own people in so that he will be able to influence whatever happens at that convention or within the party. But he doesn't have the ability to do something like that. And that's why you see Abure have just run riot over
my brother. Remember that the person that chaired that convention was sent by Alex Uti. So you know why I told you to wait for Obi on Thursday? So when I told you Obedience are not happy with a convention, I was clear. I said Obedient. I didn't necessarily say Obi. You get what I'm saying? So now I know meetings Obi has called with NLC, TUC, Abure, everybody in the past 2 months. It's up to 15 different meetings in Port Harcourt, in Abuja, Lagos.
Sorry, Uptown. just not to go through the long extended version, so we may be chopping you up in bits.
Way forward. Way forward, you mean, right?
Yes. So we may be pushing you a little bit. But you said Peter Obi had all of these meetings. What was the theme of those meetings? Is it to back Abure, to ask Abure to step down? What was the theme of it? What was the object of the exercise? What was it meeting them to achieve?
Okay. What he was meeting to achieve was a more all-inclusive convention. You get what I'm saying? So that all the gray areas will be attended to before a convention is done. You get what I'm saying? So the very outcome of most of those meetings, he will tell us. I'm sure he's not going to tell us up to 30%. I'm sure. I know a lot of people are expecting 100% on Thursday. But he's gonna give you a broad stroke of it. But this is a continuous thing. Now, remember that Abure as national chairman today does not necessarily mean he's going to be national chairman by 2027. In fact, PDP has never seen any national chairman that served out their tenure.
Hold on, what's their convention cycle? Because I think it's every 10 years, isn't it?
4 years.
So he will be the chairman.
No, it's not cast in stone. It's not cast in stone. By the time your BOT members, your BOT can meet with the National Working Committee and NEC and reach a different compromise, and maybe caretaker committees can be brought in. There's a lot of things that can happen from now to 20.
No, but they were advocating for a caretaker committee pre the convention.
That's what I'm saying.
They couldn't install one.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That a caretaker committee pre-convention, and now there's a convention, does not necessarily mean that it can happen post-convention. Most of the caretaker.
But there is no guarantee for that. The only thing that can bring.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything.
So what is
I'm not guaranteeing anything.
Hold on. What is
guaranteeing?
Hold on. What is
go on.
Is that for the next 4 years, meaning that he's the one that presents the next presidential candidate for the party.
He's the one that will do what's coming in.
He's the one that will present the next presidential candidate for the party. He will give the flag to the candidate of the party as the presidential candidate of the party. He's the one that will conduct the primary, and he is the one that will declare the winner and present the flag.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're breaking up. You're breaking up a bit. Yeah,
it's broken.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yeah, a bit better.
It's better. So what I'm saying is that what is guaranteed is that Abure will be there for the next 4 years, and he is the one that will conduct the primary, that will bring up the candidate of the party. He is the one that will present the flag to the candidate of the party for the presidential contest in the country in 2027. So what do you want to say about that?
No, but I didn't dispute what I said. I'm just saying that what you just said is not cast in stone. That was just the point I made.
What do you mean? Nobody can take him out. The convention has
solidified this
position.
Is it? No. What are you saying now, sir? Is it cast in stone?
We are telling you.
Is it? Okay, can you give me a yes or no answer? Can you give me a yes? Emeka, calm down.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Wait. I wanted to ask a question, sir. Please, if you can allow me.
Let me ask you. You will answer it.
Okay, go on.
So, 4 years. Now that Abure has been elected as the chairman of the party, is 4 year guarantee or not? Is it guarantee or not?
Can you hear me?
Is 4 years in office, term of office, is it guarantee or not?
Yes, I got the question. Uptown. And also, Uptown, at the tail end of that question, answer this question as well. Who is worse as a party chairman in terms of corruption, Abdullahi Ganduje or Abure? But first to Ajan Lekoko's question.
All right, Baba, you don't get my point. First of all, no elected office, not even national chairman, not even governor, is guaranteed that the person is going to serve out his 4-year tenure. There are rooms for exit. There are impeachments. There are lots. So there is no word like guarantee in any tenure. Do you know what guarantee means? It means that come rain, come shine, even if earth splits, that the person must get to 4 years tenure. Yeah, so there's no word to answer that question. There's no word that is a guarantee. That's why I use that phrase.
What do you
cast
know?
on stone. It's not cast in stone.
What do you mean by no guarantee? Why do they put terms of office there?
Okay, can I ask you, sir?
What person has been elected? Do you know the term of office?
Can I ask you, sir? Sir?
Ask me.
He was elected for 4 years. Did he serve 4 years?
He committed an atrocity that warranted him to leave.
Okay. Adams Oshomole was elected for 4 years. Did he serve 4 years?
That one, the game that Buhari played then was very clear to everybody. They took him out.
Okay.
So that, hold on. You can't look when on the normal.
I'm addressing the guarantee word you use now.
Hold on. On the normal circumstances, on a normal situation, when somebody is elected for 4 years terms of office, and if it does not commit any atrocity against the interest of the party, that person 4 years terms of office is guaranteed.
Okay. What I wanted to add a third one that but then let's not go there. Let's not go there.
If the chairman of the party now
we are saying the same thing.
Contravene a lot of things, particularly with the issue of corruption that is so open, and your party can still return him. That tells you that that his position is guaranteed.
Baba, what is open? What is open? Maybe we should talk about that. What is open?
No, don't go down that route because that's diverting someone. Because carry on with what you were saying, so we can move around a bit.
Because when we talked about Iyorsi Ayu, which courts indicted Iyorsi Ayu that made him leave? Which courts? None. Which courts inducted?
What Ajan Lekoko is saying to you is that because we are talking about extenuating circumstances, but conventionally, Julius Abure runs the 2027 election as the chairman. So you are talking about extraneous.
So one man.
So you are going outside of convention to open up a possibility.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. One man. Because what made them interject me was when I said it's not cast in stone. Now, are we not back to what I said that is not cast in stone? Why are we running around?
Yeah, carry on. I want to take you to one more topic before I go on. Yeah, carry on.
So let's not just be making unnecessary interjection. I said it's not cast in stone, and we still ended up there. It's not cast in stone.
All right. Carry on.
But the point is, the fact it's not cast in stone means that it's a conversation that's going to continue. Stakeholders will keep meeting. BOT have released the letter just this evening. You get what I'm saying? So BOT is there. NEC is there. Anyway, National Working Committee is there. So
what did the BOT say?
The BOT was saying that they are going to float a caretaker committee.
So they've distanced themselves from Abure, the board of trustees.
Yes.
So and the NLCs and the NEC.
Yes.
And the NEC.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. That means that
the NLC is the board of trustees.
Conversation will continue.
It's the NLC. It's the NLC that is the board of trustees.
Yeah, that's something. That pretty much something. That pretty much something. So that's what I'm telling you. That
they are the board of trustees, not the pretty much. Pretty much means you probably don't know. They are the board of trustees, and they are the ones fighting Abure. If they are saying they want to form a caretaker committee, Abure will take them to court. They can't do that. They can't do that. So that's what I think Baba Jalikoko did not let you know. As a matter of fact, it appears, and I read on the papers that Oti and Obi are fighting for, there's a power struggle going on between the two of them over the political. I read it, you say it's Gepalo, but I read it in the media today.
But we knew where it came from.
Anyway, whatever it came from, it appears that there are factions, and you are the one telling us that over 15 or if not more meetings have been held to resolve how to get Abure out. But regardless of the allegations, regardless of what is going on, regardless of the power struggle, Abure is now returned back as the chairman of the party. Don't you think Obiden should be worried that Abure will kick Obi out? He can suspend Obi because he is the chairman of the party. And anybody who is saying they want to go and form a chairman, he will take them to court. He is not the chairman of the party, according to members of the party. You guys should be worried about his next move. Not you want to go and float what, except you Obedient want to leave and go to a new party or form a new party. I saw it and I just laughed. They returned him regardless of the allegations as the chairman of Labour Party. Even their Papa court cases may not even hold anymore because there's a convention that is returning this man now as the authentic chairman of the party. So if you are floating a caretaker committee, he will take you to court because it's illegal. If Obi is doing it, he can suspend Obi. Thank you.
All right. Uptown, pick it up from this point. You were saying Peter Obi is going to go public in a couple of days' time. So, and you said the Obedients are waiting in anticipation. So, what are you speculating to that space? What is it likely to say? And what will be the consequences of whatever it does say? So, pick it up from that point. Uptown. Oh, did he drop? Oh, he dropped.
Is he no more there?
No, he's dropped. I think it's joining us from, I think, but it's in Lekki now, so you should have strong connections in Lekki now. But who wants to pick it up from that question? What is Peter Obi likely to say? It's immaterial, whatever he does say. The guy has returned himself as chairman of the party, and that is the end of it.
Yeah, Obi should be discussing about his next move. Whether he still wants to remain in Labour Party, regardless of the allegations being levied against himself and the Labour Party chairman and the party itself. So if he wants to identify with the party, he needs to speak up. He has been very quiet. He has been very quiet, and maybe those like one man who is very active in the party knows what is going on.
I think Uptown is back.
Okay.
Yeah, Uptown's back. Yeah. Yes, Uptown. I'm not sure if you heard my question. I was saying pick it up from the point you were saying that Peter Obi is about to go public in a couple of days' time. So what are you anticipating that he's likely to say, and what will be the consequences of that?
I know Obi's
What's going on? Uptown, what's going on?
Nigeria is happening to him, according to them.
People are saying it's run out of lies. That's why it's Uptown.
It's run out of lies.
Yes. Uptown, no. Jason.
I think his network is bad.
Yes. I'm not sure. He's muted himself now. So yeah. Emeka, carry on where you were. We can't have silence.
I just think whatever Obi wants to say, I don't think his statement may make much sense, if you ask me. Those he might be speaking to, using his popular media platform, which is Twitter, right? They have to ask him tough questions. what his next political move is going to look like. Is he going to continue to be the Labour Party? Because there are factions now, right? Apart from the Apapa faction now, there are factions. You see the
There's
Labour,
the
Nigerian Labour
NLC
Congress.
faction now,
Yes,
yes.
coming in
There's
to
even the
want to take.
TUC faction, TUC
Yeah, you
as
also
well.
have the Lagos chapter also saying that he needs to resign. So there's in-house fighting going on there, and Obi, Obi seems not to be very organized. I saw on Twitter someone from ABGA was saying that is Obi's behavior. He is also one of those who sponsors infighting in political party. He did it with ABGA and he left. That it's not new to him. Well, I might not want to believe that.
Emeka, please. Quick question. Is there anybody is there anybody challenging the primaries results, or
Yeah, the
everybody just
NLC, they are
let
not
it
happy
go?
with the outcome.
I mean, challenging it in the courts.
No. This
It's
convention,
only just
no.
happened today anyway,
It
so
just happened today, so
yeah.
we don't know what's going. Yeah, thank you, Woma. We don't know what's going to happen from tomorrow, right? But if they say they want to form if the board of trustees are saying they want to form a caretaker committee, Abure will take them to court, and I think Abure is going to win. No, the only thing that can happen is if with the fraud cases and forgery, they have the police come in and do their job and kick him out. That's it. Other than that, Abure
Can you
is
hear me?
is the chairman of the Labour Party. He's the authentic chairman of
Can
the
you hear
Labour
me?
Party.
Yeah, we can now. So yes, did you
Okay.
hear my question, or do you want me to repeat it yet again?
No. Go again, please.
No. I was saying you said Obi was going to come out public over the next couple of days, and I'm asking, what is your anticipation of what is likely to say, and what will be the consequences of it?
Okay. Right now, the entire obedient movement is almost just waiting for Obi. Nobody even want to hear from the Labour Party. But for me, I think me personally, I know a lot of people are expecting much from him. Me personally, I'm not, and I know why I'm not. So a lot of what's going to happen, he wouldn't want to tell you details on that. But I think where it is going to go is towards, and it looks like Emeka just mentioned something like that. So going forward, he's now the Labour Party chairman. At least Arabambi and the rest will rest. So going forward now, people are going to say, you know what? We are interested in our image and integrity. And if you're going to continue as the Labour Party chairman, first of all, you must clear your name. So that means that everything that has been put before you in the courts, allegations, must, with capital MUST, followed to a logical conclusion. If you come out clean, we move. If you don't come out clean, you step aside. You get? So I think that is what's going forward, what's going to happen now.
Should that not have been the case? Sorry, should that not have been the case pre him be reaffirmed? Because now that he has been reaffirmed, he has the assurance of a 4-year tenure. So it doesn't have to go at any speed to do anything. You know, what would be the
this is not about him now.
It is about him though. What will be the consequences of him not clearing his name? You will not re-elect him. Well, he has re-elected himself.
One man clearing his name is not his job. Allegations before him are already in the courts. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yes.
So those allegations must be followed to a logical conclusion. He's not the one that will clear himself. It's the courts that will clear him. So those things have to be proved there.
What if the courts don't clear him and he refuses to step down?
If the don't clear him and refuses to come, well, of course we know that every other. That's when you will see the power who all those officials across the state are truly loyal to, because that's when you will now see people moving against him. But now, like I asked Auntie Hilda Dokubo, who is the Labour Party chairman in Rivers State, and what she said is that, see, we cannot move now based on a hearsay. So what we're going to do is that just know that immediately this guy, anything is proven on him, the same way we unanimously stand behind him because of we know the role he played, which is a very brave role in that election, and which we respect him for. The same way we unanimously stand against him, the same way we unanimously move away, because we can't choose him over Obi or over obedience. But those cases has to move on. Logical conclusion: if he comes out clean, we celebrate him. That we will add that to even the heroic part he played in the election, and that would be more heroic. But but for me personally, even if he comes out clean, now this is me uptown now. Even if he comes out clean, me personally, I still want for optics. I still want another face. I want a fresh idea. I want something more dynamic going to 2027. You know what I'm
Can I
saying?
ask you a question?
Now that's me being fancy. But
Can I ask you a
the
question?
thing is,
all right. Take Emeka's question. And then after that, I'll move you on to another topic.
Also, why do you guys? I would presume you're a Labour Party member, right? Yes or no?
Yeah, registered in it, yes, sir.
Okay. Now, why do you guys keep conflating two matters here? Obedience are not Labour Party members.
Some obedience are not Labour Party members.
Some obedience, but a majority of them are not Labour Party members. So why would a political party go against its members over non-members? It doesn't happen.
What do you mean by go against its members? I don't understand.
Yeah. You mentioned about Hilda Tokumbo, who is the River State chairman or chairlady, or chairperson rather, or the River State chair, right?
All the same
you guys, she has told you that unanimously they all voted for Obi, Abure to remain as chairman. It was a collective
no
agreement.
Single state pulled out. Yeah.
No, thank you. Everybody voted for him, right? But you are here telling us that obedience are not happy when the party members are happy, because the chairman or the chairladies or the chairs of the states or chapters are all happy. They represent their states. So why do you think that a political party will go against its members to please non-members?
But that's why nobody went against its members to please any obedience today.
No, because you keep saying it now that if the cases, because currently now, right?
Yeah. Sorry, Emeka. Sorry, Emeka. What Emeka is saying to you uptown is that obedience being happy or unhappy is inconsequential because the majority of them are not members of the party anyway.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter.
Their opinion don't matter. It doesn't count. They are not members of the party. Their opinion is irrelevant. It's for trash cans.
See the thing. Obedience are not threatening anybody. Obedience are not happy because they are yet to understand what played out and what is playing out. All the leaders
of the party. Their happiness or unhappiness does not matter. You are not getting the point. That's why I'm asking you this question. Happiness or unhappiness doesn't matter. They are not members of Labour Party. They are members of the electorate that choose to vote for a party. They are not members of Labour Party. Their happiness or unhappiness doesn't count. It's
so who will vote in 2027? If it's irrelevant.
The point. It doesn't matter.
No, now a political party goes to win election now. So what do you mean by?
All right. Bring it home uptown, and then I'll move you to another topic.
All right. So to answer you, Emeka, obedience matter. In fact, they're the biggest stakeholders as far as Labour Party is concerned. I'm sure all the officials, including Anti-Hilda, recognize that. But they say, you know what? We are going to talk as week progresses and everybody's going to be on the same page. What is the problem is that obedience, we are taking on our ways. A lot of what happened, nobody talked about it and all that. And they say they are fighting an internal battle in the party that needed less information to be devolved. But now, obedience will be carried along more Twitter spaces will be opened up and all that, and people will get to understand what is happening, and people are going to follow. So it's not that anybody's unhappiness or happiness. I mean, people were not happy today. Convention happened. They didn't anybody die. No. So, but the problem is that do we care about you guys not being happy? Yes, they still care. You get what I'm saying? Because you guys are the voters, and we're still going to carry along eventually. Going to explain everything to you. Everybody's going to come to it. So that's it. One man.
All right, brilliant. A lot of it seems like medicine after death. I think it's what people are putting to you, because a lot of these things should have happened pre the convention, so that the convention then is like a new broom that sweeps the past away and then looks for. Because the focus now is not even on 2027; it's still Abure and his criminal ways. But let me take you to the space. Labour Party reserves 2027 presidential ticket for Peter Obi. So that as a celebration, or really to tie his destiny to Peter Obi, Abure has now cleverly, he has now cleverly,
clever. That's clever,
and undemocratic, of course, but very clever on his part as well. So he's tied his destiny essentially to Peter Obi's. So what are you making? Is this democracy? Is this what you are offering us as democracy?
Democracy.
And ticket given to Alex Ote as well. Carry on.
Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to start from tail or head of what you say, but let me just say. First of all, the decision to reserve the presidential tickets for Peter Obi, who they have now officially termed their national leader, according to this convention.
Yeah, is that a newly coined position, by the way?
Yeah.
Because it's a newly coined position. Okay.
Yeah. So, they also needed to make that clear because of the
APC footstep. Tinubu was a national leader before he became the president. So they are following that APC style. They borrow it from APC.
Okay, thank you very much, APC, for offering us national leader idea. Okay, so the national leader, also, I feel why they also felt the need to point that very clear in that convention was because of the, that news channel that will be my brother Emeka was citing about some imaginary whatever between Alex Ote and Peter Obi, who is going to be national leader. So I'm sure that's what they actually tried to clean up that gossip in this convention to categorically or unequivocally state who their national leader was. That's one. But secondly, the idea to cede the presidential ticket to him was nobody's single idea in that convention. So it's a unanimous vote by the entirety of the stakeholders in that convention, from the executives to the states, schools, everybody, unanimously, without one opposition. So that is an entire party decision. You get what I'm saying? Because even parties have the right to say, you know what, all of us are going like this. Maybe, let's say, Asiwaju serves to 2027, and then the entire APC meets and say, you know what, hey, no need for anything. See, we are going even into Asiwaju, say yeah, say nay, there's no nay, everybody say yeah, and they move. That's their party. It's a political party. So that's what they did in that convention. Everybody moved at that direction, and it was adopted by everybody as a proceed of that convention.
All right, brilliant. Yes. No, there's still one more, but I want to move the conversation around, make sure I touch on voices, because what I've noticed is, because I hold on to somebody for so long, people start to drop off because they have to go do other things. But let me whiz it around. There's a particular currency question that I want to put to you if you're still around. But I'll take the conversation in this direction. I'll go Bishop, Emeka, and then enigmatic or royal progressive. We do it in that order. But Mekos.
One more. Let me also add. Sorry. Let me just add in a minute also. That also on that national leader, not national leader, on the ceding the presidential ticket, I also agree with you that was also a way of them you know, they don't
He
want
was
Obi to leave
hooking
the
him up now. He
party.
was hooking him
Yeah,
up.
to hook him up, like chiking him, like, baby, we got you, we love you till the end. Please don't
No,
consider all of
it's
these
a
other
handcuff.
offers.
It's a handcuff. That's what it does. Not.
They
It's
don't want
not
to
an
hear that.
endorsement. It's not an endorsement. It's a handcuff.
They don't want to hear all these SDP, PDP people hovering around Obi and all of that. No, they want to say, Obi, no, our ticket, in fact, if you want us, you can bring it for 2027 and bring it there and for you to be holding. Please don't consider them. So that's just them
If
being
Obi leaves, they will default back to Patu Tome, isn't it? It's usually Patu Tome.
back to 5,000 votes now. 1 to 5,000
Yes.
votes nationwide.
All right, Mikos, you're up next. Emeka.
Yeah, one man. Let me pick it up from what's on the screen. I think it's a clever one by the National Working Committee and ESCOs of the party to see the presidential candidates of.
Did I say Emeka? I thought I said Bishop. Sorry, Bishop. I'll come to you after. I did say Bishop, but Emeka carry on. Bishop, I did say you first, didn't I?
No, you said Bishop. So I was wondering when you now moved to Emeka.
Yeah, sorry, I did say Bishop. Sorry, Emeka. Let Bishop go first. I beg of you. Bishop, yes.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening to you.
Nice to be in your company again. Please permit me to start from commiserating very deeply. Today, our slain compatriots were laid to rest in Abuja, and I believe it's seriously worth mentioning because the commander-in-chief himself was there. Considering the fact that many crossboard, even on this our platform, disrespected the memory of those men by peddling all manner of lies. Why they were there, they were doing bunkering, they were doing this, they were doing that, even while their blood was still very much fresh on the surface of the earth. And to try to divert the attention by say, oh, they have gone on a revenge mission. They were brought up a video that had existed before, and I pointed out that video had been there, but it gained so much traction. Eventually, when people that promoted it came back to apologize, realizing that picture was fake, nobody came to say, okay, we acted a little bit much in a hurry. My prayer is that God will console the family of the bereaved. The details was very gory. With pregnant young women, some of them leaving children as young as 1 year old. Somebody's wife was 8 months pregnant, and they were so butchered in cold blood. And upon that, as a nation, we did not even consider it worthy to even for one moment. So I commiserate with the Nigerian army, I commiserate with their family, I commiserate with the commander.
Bishop, can I ask one man one favor?
Well, okay, you can go ahead.
Yeah, one man. Can we just have 1 minute silence for the department, if you don't mind?
We can, but unfortunately, our music for that 1 minute something is copyright something, but we can observe it.
Like silent. Let's just make it silent.
Yeah, yes, maybe not up to a minute, but we could do that.
Thank you for the honor done our fallen compatriots. Media departed soul rest in peace. Thank you very much, Thomas.
All right, thank you.
Back to our topic for today. Even though a lot of things are happening, I realize we have spent a lot of time on this Abure, and there's nothing I want to add that have not been said. What happened in Nnewi today was a charade. And none other than some prominent member of the Labour Party and Obedient Movement have described it as such. That it was a charade. It was an embarrassment, even to Obi himself, to Labour Party, and to obedient members that cannot separate issues. It is not all the time that we must fall on one direction. Sometimes we can take a break and say, hey, come on, hold on a minute. What the hell is happening here? With all the allegations, with all the things that have gone on, Abure was able to package a sham of a convention. And his own had picked selected people. Convention is always the what do you call it? The peak, the apex, what they call it, the topmost, the final, the climax of a lot of activities that starts from world congresses, from world congress to local government congress, from local government congress. Ask how did they come up with the number of the people that were there? People that were personally handpicked.
Wuru to the answer now. Wuru to
They
the
were
answer.
personally handpicked and put together, sponsored, sent money to by individuals, some of them by cash. Just make sure it's the people that will come and do the bidding. Almost all the state have factions, disagreement. And we are here debating about it. It's okay, it's fine. If that's the way they want to run the party, that's fine. It's just that in my place, there's a saying, be Mashimari Alelasimamo. That how the day will be, the day will break, we'll begin to see the sign from the evening. So how they will run the party and the government if we have the misadventure of saddling them with the responsibility of running the country. We are saying it. Let he that has an ear, let him hear. People that can discern, that can understand. And let them make their choice. People can make whatever choice they want to make. So for me, I would not really want to dwell on. But Abure is the chairman. So he has always been. So if it's one, they are giving their opponents weapons to be able to deal with them.
Do you think this actually? Who do you think this favors more? Because I think this favors the PDP more than it favors the APC. Because I think the APC would want Labour Party to be strong in 2027 so that they can hold the Southeast still and keep the PDP out of there. But with Abure now, it weakens them somewhat.
I don't think so. It's too early in the day to say whether it favors APC more or PDP more. Peter Obi has earned a sobriquet for himself now. The Onimadaru of Madaru. He always scatter anywhere. That's why he scatter Abga. He come PDP. He cause confusion for them. Now he's not. If Peter Obi goes back to PDP, do you think people will trust him? Do you think he will get that kind of confidence?
Bishop, please.
Has
Abure answer all the allegations against him before he
has not
elected?
He has not answered anyone, but that's by the way. If he's been able to manage his way through. So for me, I think everything that needed to be said have been said by our previous speakers. So don't let me waste more time on that.
All right, go to what interests you the most. What are you interested in?
I know, please just mention them. We'll run through them. Just share opinion on them.
All right, let me give you this one. Senator Ndume condemns increment in Hajj fees, asks Tinubu to subsidize. So the Hajj pilgrimage caught up in the exchange rate. Yeah,
that's one of the malady that is plaguing us. My position has not changed forever. Nigeria has no business whatsoever in putting one kobo. We don't even need to meddle with it. The diplomatic front, let's do why do we need an Amira Hajj? Why do we need the federal government delegation to Jerusalem? What have those people done for us? As far as I'm concerned, Hajj is an individual personal business of every Muslim worshipper or Muslim Islamic adherent. So Ndume, has he ever said anything very responsible or useful?
It was the same guy that was telling us that they shouldn't move CBN to Lagos.
I thought over the years, 20 years is enough for us to have been able to bring some refined people to the National Assembly where we will have very robust debate on issues. If after how many years we're still debating federal government should be subsidizing. It shows that our sickness is really plenty.
Bishop, I have a question for you.
Go
I'm
ahead,
saying
sir.
this as yes, I'm saying this as a fact. After they stop sponsoring people to Hajj,
Yeah.
my own sister working in Ogun State governor's office, she told me undergroundly, government is still sponsoring people to Hajj and Jerusalem. This is a fact.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
they don't bring it out in the public.
Everybody know. They used to gather list of people to sponsor. It has been there forever. I think El-Rufai came out and said he was not going to sponsor. I don't know whether his successor had now resumed it. I think a few states came out bluntly that they were not going to sponsor people to pilgrimage. It is nonsense. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at Kano State that is going to subsidize each of the pilgrim with 500,000. The same people that they are saying they are feeding Ramadan people with 1 billion. What's your business? If you have your own personal money, you want to do sadaka, you cannot be doing sadaka with government money. So, but that is where we are now. I hope we move away from it. So, what is my position? What is my take on Ndume? Ndume has never really been a value-added person. It's always been like that, irrespective of the party he belongs to. He thinks just talking and the ability to be able to grab the mic and call Shehu anytime and be on television is what it takes. It takes far more than that. And these people are not intellectually competent. They are not there. They're not doing research. They're not doing what we need. Look, some things might take 5-10 years to mature, but we show the direction. Like I said earlier on, the direction, the day we go, you begin to know in the night, because you begin to make your screen. So for me, this is another package of nonsense that condemning the government. When you actually see the government should remove Hajj. Government should not be dictating the price of Hajj. Let people go to agents. Let agents tell them, book a ticket, hotel, whatever, visa. This is how much. If you are interested, go. Even the Al-Quran did not mandate that you must go to Hajj. Say if you are comfortable, you have the money. It's not among the 5 pillars of Islam. So why are we wasting our energy? Why are we dissipating our energy and fooling ourselves? And we're using money. We have children that are not in school, in state level, in local government level, and some non-entities are sending themselves to Jerusalem and Israel. And I can bet you, majority of those people that get sponsored, they are not even it's not their first time. If you want to go, go. If you want to trek. If you want to go by kete or rakumi, or what do they call it in English? Camel. So be it. But the government should be sponsoring. It's another misstep. And we've been there. I pray that we'll be able to get out of it. And for people that we have the misadventure of having in the National Assembly that still think in the analog way of Ndume, and in his characteristics manner, he's always been there. Very verbose and noisome, but that's what he can offer. He can't offer anything better than that, because there are people that will hail him and will praise him and will clap for him. So for me, it's nonsense, and I'm not surprised it's coming from the same character. So that's that.
All right, let me take you to this space. And we've been monitoring this, and this is happening at an alarming rate. There are reports that Naira is now being exchanged at the parallel market, 900 to the dollar. And just as early as yesterday, it was more expensive to buy from the CBN desk than it was to buy from Malam Sanusi at our airport hotel. So what are you doing? Because it looks as though the people holding the Naira now, they are starting to panic because
That's what I heard. I'm not very comfortable at the dropping rate. Yeah, I want it to settle at some point, to converge, to gradually firm up. And I said here a couple of times in the previous.
And I did say that I was going to be exchanging for 3 digits, by the way. So I was right.
Well, I mean, I don't care where he settles, but the drop is.
It's going to settle at 700. That's where it's going.
Like I said, I don't care where it settles. I'm not just comfortable with the speed at which it's dropping. It does not seem natural. I want it to, the drop is too sudden and it's going to give some people a little bit of a what do you call it now? I want it to go down.
Brother, it's more
But
voodoo
one man
economics
is
that
not
the
900.
voodoo economics,
You see
and he
now,
never sold for 900 one month.
it's one
Oh
cube.
no, that's what this headline is telling us. It says Naira gains value, exchanges for 900
That's
in
not true.
Lagos.
It has been
It's
debunked. It has been debunked
1,200.
By whom?
I
By the
don't.
obedient.
I know some of the
by the
platforms.
BDCs.
I know some of the platforms have come as low as 1,250, and they are very famous platforms. I mean, like the Tap, like the Lemphy, like the
That is
what
the
do you call
lowest
it?
actually.
Yeah, so it's really low. So I'm not using the
Yeah, but
900.
their booking rate is
I
the
I
low. Yeah, is the real.
I know. I agree with you. I understand you. I'm not using
Yeah.
that. I'm using the 1,250. Even at that, the speed is a little bit too. So, but what I learned is that a lot of people are beginning to unload the dollars they have hoarded because they cannot hold it anymore because it's becoming that look, if this thing goes below this, then we are going to suffer. Let's just manage and cut our losses and move on. And that's why they unloaded so much today at the black market. That even some of the malams are not even buying, because Naira sells gas. And they are not even buying. You are telling them, so it's like, that's where they. But I'll wait and see how this pans out before I take a position, maybe for the rest of the week. If it firms up at 1,000, we will celebrate, we will pop champagne, we will be happy. The only
Bishop,
challenge I have is that, yes, sir.
Bishop, I
Yes,
have
sir.
a question. One man, I
Go
hear
ahead.
this. It may not make any sense. They said the dollar is gaining. Naira is gaining because there is Ramadan. That after Ramadan, everything will skyrocketed again. I don't know how far it's true, but that is what I heard.
What's the logic? What's the logic of it? What's the logic
They
of that?
said, they said during the Ramadan, all these abokis, what they do, they suspend everything, all their bad behavior during the. It
All right.
doesn't. It may not make any
Uh,
sense, but that's what I
uh,
heard.
uh,
But they
uh,
suspended everything. Then everything will pick
So
up after
no
the
corruption
fasting.
during Ramadan. So no corruption
Yeah,
during
no
Ramadan.
corruption during Ramadan. Yes, that's what I heard.
Oh, good.
Thomas, that's not correct. Forget it. Now only this year that they take the Ramadan come. Ramadan no come last year. Eh? Ramadan no come year before. So anybody that what did I do? I just muted myself. So anybody that is using Ramadan is just looking for something to say. I don't think we should waste energy. I don't think we should waste our energy on that one. The truth of the matter is that it's a very delicate space now. People hoarded that money at some point. They really wanted to. And there are so many things. There are quite a few things that's happening now. I mean, that is really affecting that. It's not going to be a dash. I have said here before, and I use exactly those words. It's going to be a marathon. If we can sustain some of the few things, then up our production. That is where we want to be. Unfortunately, all of us don't seem to agree on what is the best way forward. And somebody must take the decision. That decision might not be perfect ab initio. It might not be the 100% correct. But hey, even if you go to hospital, they do when people say that they are just gambling, they are just doing EJ. I mean, that's immaterial. The important thing is that there is a band, there's a limit of what can you do by EJ. When somebody doctors will tell you before the advent of you can do broad spectrum test in the lab, something is giving a feedback, please. Before the advent of you can do tests, they will give you some broad spectrum anti. Please, somebody's mic is on. Hello.
Carry on. We cannot hear you.
Oh, somebody's mic is making a huge noise here. So, as I was saying, so for me, yes, it simply means they might not be doing everything correct, but they are doing some things that seems to be working. So if they can work on it, we have quite a number of areas that we can help our currency to firm up. We have tough decisions that we must take to be able to move on. Unfortunately, if we began to take this decision 7-8 years ago, it's going to come with pains. But honestly, we will have been reaping the reward by now. We have been implementing some of these things like 8 years, 9 years ago from the advent of this administration. Because if you want to do popular things, we are just going to end up in a dish like Venezuela someday and some very terrible places today. So yes, even though I'm not comfortable at the speed of the dropping, but I want you to firm up at a place and be stable. Whether it is 600, but let it be stable. And let government stop the arbitrage. Whether it is 1,500, I don't care, but let it just be stable. I don't have a basement load of dollar anywhere. I don't have access to free dollar. But if it is stable, look, one of the problems is this. There are quite a few things I engaged in trying to price a few weeks ago. And the rate at which the price was changing every day. The price was changing. I was trying to get some unit of solar installation, and the price was changing every day. I mean, at an alarming rate. Now that the thing is going down, none of them has said, okay, look, the price, they are not, the price in Nigeria will go up. And when situation changes, they won't come down. It's like somebody just hooked them up there. They hang on. Even Mamatun Taru, we tell you is dollar. I don't know what dollar euro has to do. What is the English word for euro? I don't know what is the business of euro with dollar, but that is what it is. So prices are not coming down, but they will come down ultimately.
Can I just add two things to what you say?
Please go ahead, sir.
I'll bring your attention to two things.
Yes,
Number
please
one
do.
is that the rate we saw today, we saw about 250, 300 plus, 300 plus. But then, for some reasons, the custom effect rates was still hanging at 1,470, the official custom exchange rates for clearing. You know what I'm saying? Was still hanging at 1,470. That is one. Then two, the value of Naira to other currencies, for example, our neighbors to CFA, it was not showing any gain in terms of strength of Naira. So all of these things, people are asking questions. I listened to a guy today on AIT, an economist was saying, okay, there's things that are not clear really. It looks like you used a term called voodoo economics. A lot of
No,
things
it's
are
not.
not
It's
clear.
not voodoo economics. It's a fluid
There's some
situation
things.
It's a fluid situation that is moving at pace. You know, if the dollar is falling and the CFA is not mirroring it, then that just tells you that the CFA has not yet caught up. Because if the dollar is cheaper, they simply just have to buy dollars to buy CFA. So it doesn't affect anything because the dollar has supremacy, doesn't it?
So one man, what do you have to say about the custom duty still hanging at 1,470?
Yeah. What I'm asking is, are the custom duties in real time, or is it a conservative rate?
As of today, the rate they put there is 1,470. And again, CBN.
Yeah, are they updating in real time? Hold on. Are the customs updating? They are updating in real time.
Yes. Now they say the CBN is selling a certain rate to BDCs out there, or
No,
sold
they
a
don't
certain
update
rate to
every time.
BDCs.
The CBN tells them they would bring it down. They have to use the official rate, right? At the official rate, that is the NAFIX rate, I think is 1,300. That's close today. So tomorrow they should pick it up from the official rate. I also hear some places in Abuja are selling below $1,000, right? So
the BDCs are debunked that. BDCs in Abuja debunked that already. There's a report.
And in Lagos as well. We heard the same report in Lagos.
So it all depends on what they want to sell, but the official rate is still the official rate, and the CBN can sell to the BDC. I think they sold at the beginning of this week at 1,275, and told them they've already said the spread that BDC can make. So
yes,
let's see how next week is going.
1.5%. They give me that's the margin.
Let's see how next week is going to look like.
So Emeka, are we still floating the Naira?
It's floated. What do you mean? Are we still? Is floated or is floated now?
So this is floating Naira.
Yeah, it is floated to a great extent, even though it must be closely monitored.
To a great extent.
Because if you want to go and buy CBI, it's unlike before that some people have access to CBN, that some people are buying at 1,005, then you go to CBN and buy at 600. That's no longer there because that was really costly. So Emeka, I think Emeka answered that question very well. The seemingly difference between the one that custom is charging for their rate for the duty payment, and it's going to be like that because they cannot be changing it every minute, even though they can if they want to. Really, it's just a matter of monitoring, because if stock market could be monitored all over all over the world, and price changes, if that is your business, you keep your eye on it. So people that want to do their transaction, they might be waiting for the low, and if they are not lucky and it goes up, well, it is their luck. I mean, it is their luck either way. So I think I agree with Emeka. So don't let me repeat what he said again, because technically that's what I would have given as the answer. That that space is being monitored. It will be adjusted. Sometimes, there is this adage in our land. In our land, I don't know whether I think there's an Igbo version of it, that tortoise that has been in the hole for 3 years, and when help eventually came to come and rescue him, is that time is now is so much in a hurry. You that you have been there for 3 years, that you are here, you don't even know that somebody was coming to. So we are really in a hurry, and I understand the challenges we have faced, but I think we are going to get there slowly. So yeah, the Naira is good, but I want it to be stable rather than this yo-yo. I don't want within 3-4 days, within 2 weeks now, Naira has gone from about 1,700 to 1,200. Now that one is enough to scare people. I mean, I'm not for up or down. I'm all for a very stable Naira, so that people can make long-term plans. Yeah, if it changes, maybe between 1%, 1.5% changes.
Let Bishop land. So sorry, go on to Emeka. Let him land.
So maybe between 1% and 1.5% change. Please, I can accommodate that interjection. Please allow him. Thank you.
No, I want to push for the time. Land, okay, and then I want to Emeka. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead to the next something. So let's leave that. I'll be very fast on talking about it.
Oh no, I think we exhausted the talking points, but I will look round again. Let me go on. Stay with us. Let me go on to Emeka, who's up next. So Emeka, where do you want to come at it?
Yeah, let me pick it up from the Labour Party that I was talking about. So I think is a smart move, right? Because there's tension in that party at the moment now that we will get to know in the future. So ceding over the presidential ticket to him for 2027 is a smart move to see how to compensate Obi and keep him around. You understand? So someone on the comment section was saying, no, it's not supposed to be like that. The chairman is from the south. 2023, was the chairman not from the south. Obi was from the south too, and I don't think the Labour Party has it in their constitution. The rotation of executive offices, they can decide what they want to decide and do what they want to do. So what 2027 is going to look like? 2077 is still going to be a replay of 2023. So we can just look at it and say, okay, it's a rematch, and we already would know what the result is going to look like. And I also want to make mention of the fact that Obedience are not Labour Party members, and the Labour Party would not do anything that will go against their party for non-members. Yes, Obedience are stakeholders. Yes, they are stakeholders. There might be some interest in the activities going on in the Labour Party, but they are not Labour Party members, and their opinion to a larger extent does not count, does not matter, does not hold waters. So if they want their opinion to matter, they should all register as Labour Party members. That's my point on that. Then, with what Bishop is saying, that Naira is gaining strength over the dollar within a short period of time. We can only say that the effort of the CBN to remove the speculation activities going on is working. Naira is they're trying to find that true balance, and I think Let's see how it works. At some point, we should be able to get the true value of the naira, right? The naira is undervalued, and it should come to the proper value. Let's know, and then, like what Bishop rightly said, we need that stability. That stability is really important for planning, regardless of the value. We need the stability. I'll be expecting people like Opta to be happy that the naira is gaining some ground. I
I'm
don't know
happy,
why
very
they're
extremely happy actually.
okay
No,
because
no,
you
there's a
were raising
difference.
some questions.
No, there's a difference between being happy and being suspicious or uneasy. You get what I'm saying?
There's nothing to
But
be
am I happy?
suspicious
So
about.
even if I want to, no, it's part of the planning. People around me are businessmen. You get what I'm saying? So it's part of the planning. You get what I'm saying? So do you make that order now, or do you wait? Is it going to fall back? Is it going to? So is that uneasiness of it? You get what I'm saying? But
Uh,
what do I want? I want dollar to crash to 200 tomorrow morning. In
yeah,
fact, I'll probably come here and
will
sing. I'll probably sing on your mandate when I come onto this
I
platform
would I
tomorrow
would
morning.
think I
If
would
it's
rather
200.
would advise those who want to make purchases. If it's not urgent, they should suspend it for now. Even if it's urgent, right? If you're importing products, you are only going to make a loss because with the fluctuation going on, right? It's not a good time to
It's
begin
too
to.
volatile, isn't
It's
it?
too volatile. Yes,
Yeah.
the sensitivity is too much. It's going up. It's
Or
going
unless
down.
you are trading currency, then that's it.
Exactly. But I think, with the supplies coming in, CBN are directly making payment to the BDCs. So with more supply, they are going to sell to them again next week, and which that price would further come down. The official market rate too, as I yesterday closed at 1,400. Today is closing at 1,300. So let's see how it goes. But we want the naira to be stable. We truly want the naira to be stable. That's what we're looking out for.
Emeka, there's something. I was having a conversation with my dad yesterday, and I wanted to talk about something about APC. He said, no, I should not, please. In fact, everybody in the market, in the distant warehouses now, if you want to talk against Tinubu, they'll say, no, please, don't disturb this dollar that is coming down. Please, nobody should disturb Tinubu. Nobody should disturb Tinubu. Let this dollar keep going down. So, you get what I'm saying? So, for you to know that these business guys are actually more interested in a progressive economy. Once the economy is progressing, everybody wants to leave you alone. Please, let this economy not go down. You get what I'm saying? So, that's why I made a comment here during the election. I said, if Tinubu start fixing the economy, the first people that is going to wish that he continues are probably people, all these businessmen, all these traders, because that's literally just what they want. Nobody's interested. They don't get anything special from politics or government or anything like that. So yeah, the question you asked me, I am happy.
One man, don't forget the
It-
topic on this. Don't forget the topic on the screen. Nobody has spoken on it. They are
it-
Yeah.
reserving tickets for Peter Obi.
No, I just spoke on it, right?
Oh, you just
I
spoke on it. Ah,
just
sorry. I
yes,
went away
yes,
from
yes, yes.
my system. Yeah, go on, my brother.
Yeah, they want to be. It's going to be a repeat of 2023, right? No change, right? PDP is going to feed their own presidential candidate, Labour Party, but I think some things may change. Let's watch. Except they are going to resolve the conflict in the Labour Party, but because things are not heading in the right direction. There are still bad blood that needs to be addressed, right? But now Abure is the confirmed Labour Party chairman. Uh, uh, he- Except allegations or the court will kick him out. I don't see that happening now. Everything, another thing also want to say is I think both Abure, the Labour Party, and Obi are playing obedient for a fool. Why do I say this? Labour states the chairman all unanimously agreed for Abure to continue at the helm of affairs. But when the obedient, and they know that the obedience are not happy. And you understand, that's why I was telling up that people are not they are not the members of the party. Those guys would they might not say it out in the open, but they will not go against their own political party to serve your interests. It will not happen. So the obedient themselves must decide where they stand But anyway, I see them still sticking around for Obi if Obi is going to be in the Labour Party. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes.
There is nothing Obi has to say anymore now because it would be medicine after death, wouldn't it? They are waiting in anticipation of what is he going to say? Is he going to say something that will make Abure step down? Abure will not step down. So
Abure will suspend him if he says anything. Yeah, if he says anything in contrary, Abure will suspend him and kick him out of the party. So there's nothing to say. Obi himself has not conducted him, in an orderly fashion as the national leader of that party. Whether they are giving him the title, it's a title that he has already earned for himself, and he has not conducted himself in that light. So whether they are agreeing in that convention, he wasn't even in the convention. That shows you his body language. Obi was not at that convention, right? So it shows
that was a strategic move by him. OT was not there too. That was strategic.
Well, you can say strategic. You can say whatever fancy name you want to give to it. But Obi has not been discussing about Labour Party matters in the public. He has not. His moves have not shown that he's really taken up or looking forward to the Labour Party. I think he's trying to shop around for a political party that would absorb him. In my opinion, I might be wrong, but I think that's what he's trying to do. But time will tell. The future is still bright and the future is still young. We'll watch the space and see. And I know that wherever Obi goes, the obedience will move with him. So let's see how it goes anyway.
All right, brilliant. Do you want to take us to this space? Bishop actually kicked it off. And somebody was actually drawing the contrast on how Tinubu handles this sort of matters. If this happened under Buhari, he would have just gone on a holiday. Remember all the disasters, he would just get on a plane and disappear.
Continues to add more feathers to the leadership ability of the president, right? There's a different contrast. Under the Buhari administration, we lost a chief of army staff. That's the number one man of the Nigerian army. And there was no official statement from the federal government. Neither was there any official condolences. So somehow, some people will begin to have conspiracy theories if the government was not involved in the death of that man. You understand? When you have the number one man in the Nigerian army, to his life was just taken off just like that. But I really salute the president, and his speech was really sound. Him turning up, not just turning up, speaking, and saying things that the many Nigerians want to hear, and also taking into consideration their families. I think he would. It's not he would. I believe he has earned the respect of the Nigerian military as a whole, and many of them would be happy and appreciative of his move. It continues to show that he's a listening president. He's a true leader. He's not just a president. He's a true leader. He's a leader. He's a man with good leadership skill sets that should be emulated. I am happy with the move. I think it's a good one in all ramification. I think it's a good one. Because if he has not done this, there would be some kind of unrest in the Nigerian army as well as in the military, and it will appear like the president or the government is not sensitive to the plight of the military. With this, a lot of the morale would be high. They would go out to do their job. They know that they have a leader in the president. They know that the federal government is behind them. And even if they are going to lose their life, they know that their families will be well taken care of, and things are not going to go bad for their families. I think this is really good. And congratulations to the president. Congratulations to those who brought this to the light of the president and who gave him sound advice. And my condolences to the families of the soldiers who lost their life.
All right, brilliant. Take us to the space, Emeka. Not enough crude for Port Harcourt refineries orders. So this is the Minister of State for Petroleum, Heinekens, that is telling us this. And then when I was reading it through, I suddenly realized that from farming, we now have feast. From having no working refineries at all, we now have going on 10. We have just not a plethora, but certainly a handful of modular refineries. Port Harcourt already completed, Dangote already completed, Warri completed, needing signing off, and suddenly there's not enough crude to satiate their needs. So what are you making?
Yeah, because they are selling most of the crude for foreign exchange. So there's not enough in-house to supply the demand. You see, that's why the Dangote refinery set up that trade office in London. They don't want to start waiting, or else it will affect their supply of crude oil. So excuse me. So I think the NNPC, they need to start producing. The noise. I don't know where this noise is coming from. The NNPC need to produce more to meet up. We are not meeting
it's
up
coming
with
from me. It's raining where I am. Let me mute myself.
We are not meeting up with our OPEC allocation, if you ask me, and then we are also meeting up with the internal demand. This is good problem in my own opinion. Now we have a refinery that is working. I think that will be addressed in a short period of time, so the supplies can come in, so that the refineries can start production. Whatever they have, if it's not enough, just supply to the refinery and let them start working, and let the refinery start producing what is expected. But we want, I will be expecting the group managing director, that's Kiari, to organize production activities and allocation, those that will be exported out of the country and those that will meet internal demand. So they have to now begin to see how to improve on their production capacity in terms of crude oil, right? I believe the ones that will be exported will be in line with OPEC. We can, whatever we have, we can produce as much as we can internally to meet our internal demand. So that will not disturb our OPEC allocation. So, but regardless, we need to, it's now a call for Kiari and his team to ramp up production and see how they can meet with local demands for crude oil, especially the refineries that is up and running now. They're also the one in Warri too is undergoing repairs, and that will be coming up. So we don't want this kind of stories that it's not enough. So they have to wrap up production and begin to supply this local refineries, so that we can all enjoy. You know, I saw in the news 2 days ago that the price of petrol has come down to 580, and I'm thinking, you know, once supply is in excess, in order for them to keep selling, they will drop down the price again. So there's some long-term and as well as short-term benefits that Nigerians will begin to enjoy as a result of all these efforts coming in place. And hopefully it continues to signify the interest, economic interest of the president. I saw in the news that
Emeka,
they are setting up the economic team. Right, the economic recovery team, which Wale Edu, Cardoso, and a few other guys would come in. So they're paying a lot of serious attention to what is going on in the economy. The CBN governor itself is now, you know, in charge of policies and doing the right thing. And we're all trying to see some of the correction in the market, if you ask me. And yesterday again, you know, for which has never happened in the history of the country, you can go do your research. Within 3 weeks, they raised the MPR rate again by 200 basis points, right? By 2%. And that's the interest. The MPR rate has gone up to 24.75 now from 22.75. So because of the inflation rates that came out from February. So they're trying to fight that inflation now, have it under control, and looking at other things to bring down the inflation of the country. You know, why the plight of the economic pains
is very significant. We cannot rule out the fact that the government is not working. In contrast to the previous administration where they were not,
Can
which even
anyone hear me?
created the problem, created this economic problem, right? And they were really not doing anything. They were just going about, and in short, it seems like they were driving a different bus, and Nigerians, they abandoned Nigerians on a different bus. But we have a government, we have an administration right now that understands what's going on. Some of the ministers and some of the team, the Asiwaju team, understand the assignment, and they are going head on to address the challenges that the country is facing. In terms of security, we are seeing some of the results with security. Yesterday, they announced and the appointment of a major general who has some international reputation, has worked with international organizations in terms of terrorism and the rest, and he's now going to head the Special Terrorism Task Force, which we have been talking about. I think I spoke about it, was it on Monday or last week, Friday, about we having special task force for this the insecurity issues, that challenges we have in the country. And no, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me, Emeka?
Can you guys hear me? No, I can't hear you.
I'm not sure. Maybe you remove something. Thomas, can you hear me?
Hear you now.
Oh, brilliant. All right, brilliant. Carry on. I was going to interject something, but I think that window has passed. Carry on.
Okay, so I was talking about, that we now have a major general that's not going to be responsible for the security task force team to address the terrorism situation. We saw the president speaking about it today, as well as kidnapping and bandwidth, and he's reiterated that we will surely address that. So, within a few months, he's not. Or let's all remember that he has not done a year. In just a couple of few months, he's going to do a year. I still remain hopeful. The challenges in Nigeria are complex. They come in various diverse forms, but we do know, or in my opinion, I do have this sense of hope and confidence that the president appreciates the challenges before him and is trying to address it. So all what I would say is, let's exercise some patience and let's see what's going to happen in the nearest future.
All right, brilliant. Thank you, Emeka. So thank you, Emeka. Let's go on from you to Ajanle Koko, if he's hearing me. Anybody that is hearing me can unmute. I'm not sure if I'm being. Oh yeah, there he is. Ajanle Koko is there. So I was wondering. I was worried then if my voice was coming through. But Ajanle Koko, come into the conversation wherever you like. Do you want to kick it off with the Labour Party, or do you want to go to the economy?
Let me start with Labour Party.
Should we? Is it? Are we renaming it now? Gbadue Central. Is it Gbadue Central? Let's start it off with Gbadue Central.
Gbadue. Is it? Let me say greetings to our listeners around the world. Click on the like button, share and subscribe if you haven't done so. So, one man, this is a demonstration of political naivety and political suicidal. Naivety in the sense that with all the evidences out there about corrupt practices that this Abure perpetrated openly with impunity, they are telling us that they are returning this guy as the chairman of their party. And Obi particularly was in attendance. Was he not in attendance? One man.
Sorry, there was a report from what I read out. They said he was in attendance, but Uptown is trying to deny that he wasn't. It tells us here. It tells us here that Obi was in attendance.
Well, we have to go by
One month. Even Obi's shoe, that is popular black shoe, didn't even come to Anambra today.
Look, we have a lot of questions to ask. Why the convention in Anambra? Why in Anambra Obi State? Why not in the nation's capital? Oh, hello, who is there? I mean, where's the
It's coming from me. It's raining where I am. Let me mute myself. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, why in Anambra? That is the question we must ask. Is it an is it an why did they take it to Anambra? Is it a plan?
It's a family business now. Family business.
Yeah, a family business. A pre-plan in order to a pre-plan. How do I describe it? Agenda to fulfill their goal, because they know that part of the country, particularly that Anambra State, is where they have their strongest hold. It's the strongest hold of their party, if we have to go by the result of the last election. And those Abure, Adeigbe and all the opposition to this thing, they know they don't have no members there that can disrupt the convention. So it's
Baba, Abia is actually the safest. It's not Soludo State is not the safest actually. Abia is the safest state for them, if that's what you're talking about.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Anambra State, if we have to go by the what do you call it, the last presidential election, could be regarded as the strongest hold of Labour Party, because Obi had almost 99% result of the the result of the election, 99% in his favor. So it is a stronghold of Obi, and they knew that those opposition to Abure's chairmanship cannot, they don't have strength there. So nobody can challenge them. If they have been in Abuja, Labour will have mobilized their members to go and disrupt it, and others will have mobilized their members to go and disrupt the convention. But moving it to Anambra Street is an effort to achieve their corrupt and their corrupt agenda. So they achieve it, and that is Obi State. How do you want to tell me that Obi doesn't know about this thing? The report said it's there, even though you Uptown is saying that Obi is not there.
But there is a video now. There's a video now online now of the convention. Now, was he in spirit or in ghost mode inside the hall? There's a video now. It's not a
what do you say? Repeat that again.
Say there's a video of the convention now. It was to be in spirit or in ghost mode inside the hall that he was not seen. There's a video now. It's not like
even agree with you. So what are you saying? Are you saying Obi is not in support of this convention? Is that what you are telling us?
Baba, this convention was being placed in Edo State initially.
No, that's not the question.
I'm coming.
2
weeks later,
don't
they moved it from
They moved it from Edo to Abia State as of last week. Then, at the weekend, they moved it again from Abia State down to Anambra State. Now, that is one of the questions I'm reserving for the next Labour Party official that come to space. That's my personal question. I want to know what was playing around with those changes of venues across the country. That's the question I have.
Okay, with this new information you just gave us now, it shows that this convention is just is a kangaroo convention. How can within a week move convention from the original place plan to within 1 week move it twice to different places? So convention is never held like that, because a convention that, you know, the venue of a convention in a normal situation is agreed upon by the party, and everybody across the federation, all party leadership and delegates across the federation, you know, a plan to attend the convention, you know, ahead of time. They plan it ahead of time, and this situation of moving it from one place to the other and to final place, Anambra State, that is not the way to that to tell you is it's a convention that is organized by a particular group of people within that party that, I mean, that, you know, in order to deceive the public, and, you know, and the reason to deceive the public and other members of the party that are standing up for the right thing, you know, in order to confuse them, that is the more reason they move it from one place to another place, you know. So this is a corrupt. This is not a convention that is well organized in conformity with you know, the law, and in conformity with the agreement with, you know, the entire leadership of the party, but rather by a particular, you know, clique within the party. So it's unfortunate that a convention is held like this, and this is the naivety that they demonstrated, and, you know, and they by concluding it in this way.
Coco, there's even snippets coming out that the board of trustees have taken over the running of Labour Party and declared the Anambra National Convention a charade.
Illegal.
Yes, it's a farce. So that's yet unconfirmed, but that's coming through the news cycle. But I don't think that convention will hold ultimately. It's just it's too flimsy.
Yeah, but one man, I said that now. I told you that now. They released the communique already.
So that is the naivety that they demonstrated, and the suicidal aspect of it is that it's going to be challenged and possibly will be declared as null and void, because it's not a convention that the entire leadership and the powerhouse of the party, which is the what do you describe it now? One man, the people that just released the communique. What do you describe that?
The board of trustees. Board of trustees.
So board of trustees is the powerhouse of the party. So how can a board of trustees not, in how would they not be carried along? How would they not participate in convention? So it's suicidal. Abure have committed a political suicide, and he has worsened his own case, and he has strengthened the opposition, because you got to see the opposition within the party going to come together to fight, to wage war against.
And Ajale Koko, I don't think he actually moved that convention to Anambra State with the endorsement of Peter Obi. I think he moved it there to associate at that convention with Peter Obi, because of course the Labour Congress or his party structures will have an organization, they will have structures in Anambra State. So he's just moved that convention to draw closer the association of that convention to the name of Peter Obi. And after he rigged himself back and declared himself re-elected, he quickly then gave the ticket for 2027 to Peter Obi to further tie Peter Obi's fortune with his own. Badwe.
This is international graduate, this guy he have succeeded in destroying the image of the party, and he has succeeded in destroying the image of Peter Obi, and Peter Obi allowed this guy to destroy his image, because Peter Obi have never spoken out in categorical terms against the corrupt practices of this guy. And for him to take that convention.
But an apologies to the audience, by the way. It's raining quite heavily where I am. So all that rattling noise that you're hearing in the background is rain, no more. I think they call that a force majeure. It's out of my my influence. I really don't you I mean, I stream from my conservatory so that I'm further back from the house, so my noise doesn't permeate through. And the conservatory is built with glass, so all you're hearing is the rattlings from here. But no. These people are intrinsically aligned, and there is no. But it's testament to the leadership qualities or lack thereof of Peter Obi that these things have gone. There is no masterful assertion. There's no alpha dominant sort of posturing. Maybe he feels a sense of gratitude to Abure. I don't know. Maybe he feels that Abure. If he feels that Abure is the right driver, then it shows that he doesn't have the functionings of perception. So, however you choose to square it lands on his leadership quality, because he needs to point direction. If this guy wants to run the country, and he cannot hold a erstwhile 5,000 votes party together, it speaks to the leadership quality of Peter Obi, does it not?
Yeah, completely right. It is leadership. This guy has dragged it down. We have to question Obi's leadership quality now. How can a man, the chairman of your party, committing corrupt practices in such an alarming manner that we have never seen in the history of this Third Republic? We have never seen a party being run like this, openly with corruption. Labour Party particularly, party of the workers, party that is showing the image of the people. party that been portrayed as the alternative to the two parties that Nigerian are describing as corrupt party with corrupt people. But this one, with the leadership of Abure and Obi standing with him, I don't know how it's going to recover his image. Obi has destroyed his own image right now. And whether you like it or not, if he doesn't speak up, this is another window of opportunity for him. A lot of window of opportunity have opened before now that Obi should have acted. But this cat, he kept going along with Abure and the convention held in his own state. How do you want to detach it? There's no way Obi can detach himself from this thing because it's held in his own state. Why didn't Abure? Abure is smart. Look at the game he played. If he had, conducted that convention in Edo State, I think it's from Edo, is it Edo or Delta? If he had conducted those things in Edo State, that blame would have gone to him alone. But look at the way he smartly took that convention to Anambra State so that they can rub it with Obi. And Obi cannot tell me that he doesn't know that that convention will be held in Anambra State. He can't tell me. And if he had acted in resistance against that, in opposition to that convention in that party, in Anambra State, he would have washed his name out of this mess. But he allowed it for one reason or the other that is not known to us, but is known personally to Obi, and it's between Obi and Abure. So this political game, this, political maneuvering and all these, political game that Obi is playing and Abure, I think is in the long run is going to hurt them. Both of them, Abure has a problem already. He will be taken down. But Obi credibility and leadership will be questioned by his non-acting in opposition against everything that Abure has done since the corrupt district came up against him openly by the treasurer of the party and some other people. So, and finally today or yesterday, they conducted this thing. He is not speaking. Well, I think Uptown said he's going to speak in the next 2 days, or when we're going to speak. We want to hear what he's going to say.
We'll speak on Thursday. We'll speak on Thursday.
Tomorrow is Thursday. Or today?
Sorry, Friday. Next tomorrow is Friday, right? Tomorrow, actually.
Friday. It's a Friday. Okay, we want to hear what he's going to say. But so far, with this convention, and particularly for allowing this convention to hold in his state, I think in Anambra State, I think Obi shot himself in the foot. He shouldn't have allowed it. And Abure.
Oba, can I interject?
Yeah, say something.
When you say he shouldn't have allowed it,
yeah,
it sounds like Labour Party is his kids, and he just moved to this room. Hey, my kids, and all that. it sounds really, you shouldn't have allowed this. You have just issued a marching order. They send them out of that state because I am Peter Obi and I got 6 million votes in the last election.
Is the national leader? Is it not the national leader?
Is it not the
The national
leader?
leader is an honorary role now. It's not, doesn't mean that you are some emperor or whatever it is that you're going to declare or whatever you wish from your own angle. It's a stakeholder thing. Everybody is a stakeholder. He's a big stakeholder. NLC is a big stakeholder. Obedience movement is a big stakeholder. There's a lot of gatherings of stakeholders. So
what you are telling us is that he allowed it. Hold on. So what you are telling us now that Obi allowed it to happen for the convention to hold in Anambra State. Obi was part of it and he allowed it. Is that what you are telling us?
Okay. Can we also say that NLC, being a big stakeholder, allowed it too?
How can the NSC allow that? When NSC already declared their opposition against Abure now. It's Obi that didn't declare opposition against Abure. So technically Obi allowed it.
That is why he's the leader. He's not supposed to say, I declare for NLC, I declare for this, I declare for that. We are talking about a party that organized that all the 36 ESCOs are in agreement.
I've told you that forget about 36, forget about
not one.
We have told you they are all appointed by Abure. So they're going to wherever Abure is
appointed. So I don't understand. The ESCOs are appointed.
They were all appointed by Abure. They were not elected.
I was one of those that we all gathered for Pastor Dayo in Lagos to make our chairman. I don't understand the appointment you're talking about.
You don't understand. Well, you know what appointment means. Appointment means selection and not by electoral process.
So Abure came to Lagos to select Pastor Dayo for us.
I don't know about that, but what we are telling you is that
he went to Rivers to select Hilda.
Well, what I want you to know, Obi is part of this. Obi cannot wash himself of these corrupt practices and the corrupt manner that the party is being run by Abure. Is a political partner with Abure, and they are running this party together. And it's very shameful that this is the leadership that, the leadership style of Peter Obi, leadership style that is it's neither here and there. It cannot stand on what is right and what is good. We don't know where it stands, but you guys want to defend him. This is the problem with those of you following politicians. You will defend your political leader no matter what. This is the problem. Instead of standing up against him, saying that what he has done is wrong, it doesn't mean that you're going to back off your support for him, but saying it, let him know what is done is wrong. What has happened is wrong. The board of trustees of the party is not on board with this convention. It's a mirage. It's illegal. It cannot stand. So, Obi part of it has shot himself in the foot, and this is not going to stand. The board of trustees will bring it down. Proper convention, agreement with other factions in the party. We know the party is factionalized. So NLC is there, TUC is there, and those, even the elderly, the veterans of NLC that are retired, they are there too. So Abure and Obi cannot continue to run this party. Look at the communique they came out with the end of it, that Obi's presidential.
One moment, noise from your side.
Let Ajanle Koko land. I think that space is getting a bit too elongated. Let Ajanle Koko land, and then we move on.
Obi's presidential. Look at the communique they released after the convention, that Obi's presidential election a presidential ticket is guaranteed in 2027. That is the worst communique you can hear.
That's bribery and corruption right there, isn't it?
That is it. That is it. That is the worst communique that you can hear a party release after convention. Guarantee one person the presidential ticket. That means no chance for anybody that is interested to contest, no room for you. We have one candidate, and that is the candidate we are going to impose on every member. So that is where Obi's leadership have to be questioned as well. It's part of it. It's a give and take. I have given you the opportunity to hold the convention in my state,
all right,
get it secure for you, to get it happen, to let you have your way. So give me my own ticket. So that is what they have done for each other, give and take. So let me leave it there, one man.
all right, brilliant. Take us to the strong gains that we're seeing from the Naira. Bishop was saying the gains are a bit too aggressive and the pace too fast. That is might send a shock through the market. But what are you making of the Naira now with reports that is trading for as low as 3 digits to the dollar?
That's not true.
One man, you see.
How do you know that it's not true, Zeta? Are you on the ground?
Yes, I am on the ground. That's not.
Yeah, you're on the ground in Chicago. Look at Zeta.
Look, one man. Nigeria is, if you listen to me speak, you should know that Nigeria is one country I'm passionate about. I got the wink yesterday that Naira is selling for 1,000 to $1. That's a lie. Because I called my source. He said that's not true. And even they promised to bring out a communique on that. They should stop peddling that news. That's not true.
Nevertheless, it's making giant strides in recovery.
Okay, one man. So I think what is responsible for this gain of Naira is inflow of dollar into our system. So the policy taken by central bank and the government, I think, is attracting inflow of investment in terms of dollar into the economy. So we are getting more dollar, and several measures taken by the central bank against the bureau de change on how much limit they can hold, they can trade with on a daily basis, as well as the bank, I think is working, and I think it's going to continue, except we don't have forex coming into our economy. As long as we continue to enjoy this inflow of forex, yes, it will continue. Naira will continue to to regain his strength. So we have seen, and the inflow of this is what is responsible for what do you call it, central bank within this short period of time that they have taken over. Cardoso have taken over from Emefiele. He has paid off all the backlog of the debt. We are owing several international organizations that are trading with us, like all those airline and some other. He has paid over $2 billion. So, on the side of the what do you call it? The Ministry of Finance as well commence, the payment of the what do you call it? What is that easy money that you are taking from central bank? What is it called? Can someone
Ways and means.
Ways and means. So that they have started repayment. So we, as long as we continue to enjoy inflow of forex, that is enough to to manage that forex space. I think Naira will appreciate in value. So I think that is what is responsible for it. Maybe there are some other factors, but we know that what you don't have, you cannot give. It's what we have, you give out. So we are getting, a lot of investment inflow in respect to forex coming to the economy. So that is what is responsible for that. And you know that central bank is now is responsible for is receiving directly what do you call it, a payment for our oil export, and not the NMPC as it used to be. So I think they are all of that they are is really helping us, in monitoring how much is coming in, how much to dish out, and all of that. So that is what is responsible. All those measures taken, it look like they are working, and they must continue doing it. But at the same time, the way that what do you call it? Bishop described it, that the fast recovery is not normal. It's supposed to be gradual, but at the same time, the way is the value, the way we lost that value as well at a very fast pace was not normal as well. So if it's coming down very fast, so it looked like the equation is looking balanced to me. So it went up very fast and it's coming down very fast. So it's a situation that it look normal to me. But everything is, I think, at where it is now, the exchange rate is 1272. So I think it's not going to go down so fast as the way we had it in the last 2 weeks, that from 1008 or 1008 or 1002, 1006, now drastically come down to 1002 now. So I believe it's going to be going down slowly and coming up slowly. That is what we're going to be experiencing now. So that's my take, one man.
All right, brilliant. Give us a very, very brief commentary on.
Can I come in?
Come in.
Never this year did Naira come to 1,200. The drop was on the 22nd, and it was 1,370 something. So I don't know what you people are talking about. Naira is
I'm talking about today, the exchange rate today.
I said today is 1,400 and something. The drop you people are talking about was on the 22nd of March, and it was 1,370. So I don't know where you people got 1,000.
I'm looking at the apps that I send money through, which is base their exchange rate on the official rate.
Okay, you would have sent the money that day now. Next time when you see it that low, 1,002, tell them you want to send. Then they will tell you how much it is.
I sent it yesterday.
At 1,002.
Yes, 1,000. No, hold on. I think I think yesterday was it not 1,004? I think it was 1,000. Yes, dropped down to 1,000. Maybe 2 days ago was 1,004. But yes,
the apps cannot advertise the rates that they cannot back up. Now, what are you talking about, Zita? It's saying that
I don't
yes.
say I know they talk rubbish. Yo. I said
But it's telling you that the app is reading from the app, the exchange rate app.
I don't know the app he's talking about, but what I want to find out from him, did he send to
Send wave, one of the more better known ones.
Yeah, send wave.
I said, did he send at 1,002?
I sent it yesterday.
At 1,200?
Yes.
Okay, no wahala.
Yeah.
Because I know that as I called, they said it dropped on the 22nd and it was 1,370.
Yes, it was yesterday. Yeah, I remember.
It moves every day now. It moves even per hour.
That's what I'm saying. The lowest it has gone this year was 1,370.
But Ajale Koko is telling you now that it's 1,200 and something.
I rest my case, so if you
and then Prince Bayo is also confirming it. Yes.
Yeah, I sent it. Yes, it was yesterday. I sent money now. Yes, it's just within 24 hours and it's still stable at the same rate. It was 3 days ago was 1,004 something. So as at yesterday, it dropped to 1,002, and today it still remains at the same rate.
We are seeing the same thing with the pound. So I think it's dropping quite rapidly. Zita, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So know that it will get to below to 800 and 1,000 thereabout. But this one, you people are saying it just new to me. And because I called them, they said there is nothing like that.
Don't worry about who you are calling. Follow the apps. The apps, that's what everybody uses to send money. The apps.
Yeah, and send wave whatever rate they are quoting on their apps is Nigerian exchange rate. It's not black market. It's Nigerian bank exchange rate. So, well, let me leave it there. One man. So, yeah.
All right, Brian. Do you want to give us a very brief comment on the Olubadan situation? Olubadan designate health fee will appear in public soon. So this is the narrative of the newly appointed Olubadan Oba Awolabi Olakunleyin. So he now, the Olubadan died on the 14th, the deceased one, and very quickly they've appointed him now to be the next Olubadan, but already concerns about his health. I'm not quite sure. Is it every two years that an Olubadan dies and we get another one? Is it a death sentence, being the Olubadan of Ibadan?
No. The problem.
They said they've not seen him in public for 12 days.
Maybe he went to do some sacrificial, carry out some sacrificial responsibility. Get prepared.
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better. Carry on.
Okay. I just, since they are saying that they haven't seen him for 12 days, I said maybe he went on for sacrificial, to carry out some sacrifice or some ritual in order for him to, get prepared to take over the throne. So, but we just have to wish him, good health, because he's 81 years old. The one that died some few weeks ago,
The new one is 81 years old.
This one is 81 years old.
The old one was 82 years old.
Was he 82? Was it 78? I think it was 78. The
one that passed away.
The one that passed away. But this one is...
So they don't have 30, 40-year-olds in Ibadan?
No. Look, you know the way that how do I say, the way they structure that the hierarchy of leadership to the throne is too cumbersome. You must, you must go from one stage to the other, to go from the bottom of the ladder to the top. It takes years. So that is why you see most of Olubadan, they are always old men. So, but I like the way they are doing their thing in Ibadan. There is no confusion in it. It is, according to your position in that leadership hierarchy. So it's kind of turn by turn. One person completed his own turn. Another person that is going to succeed him, they know him. The second to the person on the throne is known. And when the person on the throne is taken away by God, the next person, there is no wrangling, there is no wahala. Everybody will concede that, yes, this is the next in line. And that person will ascend the throne. That is the way they do their own. There's no confusion. But, from the bottom to the top, hierarchical this thing is too cumbersome. So, but we have to wish him good life. 81 years old. I think I watched a video. Maybe it was the one that was dancing. Some weeks ago. It looked healthy to me. It doesn't, though he's old, but it looked healthy. He was dancing. So let's just wish him good health, and we hope that the government will give him the staff of office as soon as possible. There's no problem about that. So the moment the leadership in Ibadan, all of them that constitute that the Royal Leadership Council, or what do they call them? The Royal Council, all of them automatically line up behind him. There have never been any voice of opposition. That their own is easy. So, and I like it. So we wish him good health and long life on the throne. So let me leave it there. One man.
A minute, if you don't mind. Let me just.
All right, yeah. Comment, Bishop. Yeah.
The Olubadan Togbese is actually 82, not 78. He Chief Lekabalogo, he became Olubadan at 80, so he's actually 82. That's one. Just to correct what is not subject. Number two, like Ibadan, is the immediately you become if you don't die, immediately you become a Magaji. You have already begun the ascension ladder to become Olubadan. There are 23 of them on either side. There are two lines that you can become Olubadan from, either the Otun line or the Balogun line. Now, all of them, from Otun to Osi to Ashipa, we have the Ekeri, Ekarun, we have the Oluba, it goes down to some of the titles, then on the Balogun side too, we have the Otun, we have the Osi Balogun, Ashipa Balogun, we have the Ekeri Balogun, we have the Seriki, we have all of them go down also to the beginning of the ladder. And there are so many houses. So if one dies, they will ascend. So if Olubadan die, if none of them die, if you are number 23, in 10 years and Olubadan die, that means you have moved one ladder in 10 years. But if in between, some of them never get to Olubadan before they die, so everybody will move off the ladder one. So you can actually move up the ladder 3 times, 4 times in 3 years, in 5 years sometimes. Because some people insist on putting, woman, please mute yourself, please. Thank you. So if nobody dies in that line, that means all of them will move when the Olubadan dies. But in some family, now they put young persons. We have a lot of young graduates now that are mortgagee. Some of them have climbed 2, 3 ladders. If we can sustain that every family is putting younger persons that are learned, well-read and young, it's just that it will be difficult to put a 20-year-old as mortgagee, because that would be the most appropriate. Because by the time they now get, or maybe we'll get an Olubadan at about 50, 60, if it's lucky, but it's going to get there, but it's going to take time. But the Ascension throne is out, it is, and it is the most peaceful. It has always the most peaceful, because everybody know there are no kingmakers. You don't fight for it, you don't struggle for it. Everybody know who is the next. So that's how it has been, and I don't know for how long we are going to keep it. Thank you.
All right, brilliant. Let's see if Akim is still there. I suspect he may not be. Akim. All right, I think we lost Akim to sleep. So that defaults to Zita. So Zita, always late for class as always. Zita. You there, Zita?
I don't even know what you people are talking about. Please, can you
Well,
give me...
we were talking about the Labour Party. We don't deliberately go there, but it's just that they never really come out of the news cycle. So Julius Abure, he has gone and run this sham of a convention and returned himself as the party chairman. And none of the stakeholders in that party were there, all the significant ones. So we're wondering how long he can hold on to that. And off the back of returning himself as chairman, he has now said he has reserved the presidential ticket for the Labour Party for Peter Obi in 2027. So the whole thing is just a farrago of nonsense. So we're kicking off with that. And then the Naira gaining rapid strength against foreign currencies. We were speculating that it's good news, but is the pace too fast? And is it likely to send a shock through the system? And then Tinubu, of course, now the burial of those soldiers are recently deceased, so a befitting burial. So we were contrasting how Tinubu handles incidents like this, because under Buhari administration, he would have just gone on holiday, probably wouldn't have sent anybody. But Tinubu gives scholarships to the children, houses to the children, and gives them the full honor that they deserve. I think he even turned up there in person. So the final departing of those soldiers. And we're talking about the federal allocation as well, the way it's been split. So just that we're circling around those sort of conversations.
Okay. Let me start with Tinubu and the soldiers. If he doesn't handle the security, he will keep awarding scholarship and going for burials. The important thing is for him to handle the security. All those ridiculous human beings whom then the politicians gave gun to protect and to deal with their opponents, they should find a way to get those guns out from those boys or take those boys out. That's my conclusion on that. They have just 2 options. Find a way to make sure those boys do no longer have guns in their possession. Any of them seen with gun is going to be death by hanging. Or take them out. It's as simple as ABC. Then, let me go to Naira gaining power. I won't say Naira is gaining power, but I will say it seems as if he's actually doing that floating. That's all I can say. The way the thing is, woo, 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 woo. it shows a currency that is floating. It's handling itself. I just want to believe that. It's not that it's dropping so sharply or it's rising so sharply. Next week, it might tip up too high again. It might drop again to 70. It might go to 800. It might go to 700. It might drop again to 2,000. It shows he's actually doing floating. I just want to believe that. Because a currency that is struggling, that is kept on float, that's how it works. That's how it shows its power. Then, to Labour Party, one man, you like these people a lot too. I don't really know why you like them, but from the way you bring
they just never seem to leave the headlines. You know, I try to escape them, but they never leave the. As soon as you turn on at the top of the news cycle, there's Labour Party up to some wayward thing or the other.
You see, sometimes when things happen, you talk about a particular area. Sometimes I want to talk about the other side. Let's talk about Abure. What kind of a human being is he? He's seeing a party in chaos. Number one, he's not doing anything to handle the chaos, to tame it. Instead, he's gingering it. He's spending so much money. The funny aspect of it is that when they get this judgment, the judiciary is good. When they don't get this kind of judgment, the judiciary is the worst. I don't really know what Abure is still doing in LP. Because if he really wished it a good thing to go on, he would have stepped aside. The trouble around him is too much now. And then we definitely get him out. Trust me. So why can't he just walk away? And on ascent should try as much as possible, as I said earlier, disassociate himself from Abure. You know, one man, when they come to your platform and said, you people said he will fizzle out after the election. Every day we talk about him. The question is, talk about him on what? Every day, each step he takes brings out the negativity in him. But they said it's making him popular. There are things between the time the election was held and today. There are things about Peter Obi people don't know, they know now. If he cannot arrange Labour Party, he should walk away. This attitude of from PDP, you get problem, you go to ABGA. ABGA get problem, you go back to PDP. PDP get problem, you go Labour. Labour is now having problem. Can't you just sit down and arrange something for yourself? Arrange something the way you want it. That Labour, he can arrange it the way he wants it, him and his supporters. They can arrange. A good leader knows how to quiet the troublemakers. That's one of the attributes of a good leader. When he goes into a place, those troublemakers, they are the first people he will handle, and everywhere will be calm. He doesn't run with the people who doesn't make trouble. He runs with the people who make trouble to calm them. But in this case, it's not happening. But I don't want to talk about Obi because I've said everything I want to say and I'm not changing anything I said about him. And I keep telling everybody, mother will act. And every day the mother acts. Love me, hate me, I don't care. But the thing is, I'm talking about Abure. Abure should stop all these things he's doing. If he wants to be the chairman, he should get everybody together now. It's politics. You have a way of bringing everybody together. Chop by chop. Everywhere go quiet. No be so, woman. Huh? Hello?
Sorry, I was speaking. I didn't know I'd muted. Yes, I think it should just get out of the way. I think it should get out of the way. I think ultimately he will leave, but he's going to be dragged away from that chairmanship, screaming and kicking. Which would be a real shame. He's going to, he wants to leave that seat in disgrace. It looks as though that will be that's what will be required to get him out of there, in disgrace.
If he doesn't want
but will that be disgrace with this passion, Obi?
Yeah. Woman, if they feel he's the best person to do the job, he should be able to carry.
They don't, though. That's the thing. They don't feel it's the best person because the obedience wants him out.
Sometimes I speak in.
Oh no, okay, yes. No. I was actually asking that who is the real winner in this thing? Is it an APC win? Is it an APC gain and a PDP loss?
Okay,
yes.
Now you mentioned APC. Let me tell you something about APC. APC is a conglomeration of smart, criminal-minded politicians in Nigeria. Let me repeat myself again. I want to use the word smart. They are extremely intelligent. Those group of people that call APC, and are criminals. I must say, because all politicians in Nigeria, 80% of them are not good. They steal our money. We like to use the word criminals for them. Why? Because they steal our money. We don't see our money at the end of the day. It goes into their pockets. So I will use that word for them today. APC is not a party. I keep saying this, but because people, when you hate something, you don't want to calm down and see a way to handle it. You attack it in a wrong direction. APC is not a party you kick out anyhow. They are made of the most intelligent politicians in Nigeria, if not in Africa. Woman, as I said before, in 2023, there was a vacancy. Open seat. Open, not in the sense that a president is going. No, that's not what I mean by open. What I mean by open is that it is a situation that would have been flipped in a twinkle of an eye. But when I look around all of them, I didn't see anybody who could do that. Until the day I see. You see this thing that is happening in Labour. If you tell me a piece in hand is there, I won't say yes, I won't say no. Because those guys are not to be trusted. To remove them, the politician and his supporters has to be. It's not something you do, yeah. You go plant them. Come from the angle they have not seen before. And they don't expect. And make sure that angle you're going to keep it for a long time because they're too smart. The moment you make that step, they're going to make 3 steps ahead of you. So I don't know who Abure think is fighting or what he wants to achieve. But one man, I think that LP has become a racket. I end it there. It's a racket. I noticed some people are loading money into that place. So why should he leave? Do you know how much Abure made from LP? You know? I know you can imagine.
It's a dollar millionaire now, isn't he? When he was just a struggling,
So it's a racket, and the people who are loading the money will prefer to load it on his name. Did you hear what he said? You did a convention, you declared a presidential aspirant. I mean, you declared a candidate, not even an aspirant, a candidate. It's really ridiculous. But woman, as I tell you before, as long as I'm concerned, that place is closed. But if you continue bringing it for me to speak on, I will continue saying what I have said. I am not going to. Instead, I will double down on it. Thank you. Which other topic again?
Like I said, we're just free flowing. So because the news cycle was a bit sparse today, but we you know how we like to gather just to gist anyway. So do you have any thoughts on the Olubadan space? We were talking about the Olubadan as well, who at the age of 109, you have to be 109 to become the Olubadan of Ibadan land. They keep going to the God's waiting room to pick the Olubadan. So now this 81-year-old man that they were is already it's just the Olubadan designate. But Joel, did you want to say something? So is the Olubadan designate and is already showing signs of medical need. So what are you making of that space? Do you have any thoughts on what's going on in the Ibadan space?
I heard that the person that is supposed to replace the dead one, right?
Yes. He's already showing signs of not being 100% himself.
Okay, so you want to change him. Is that the tradition?
No. It is more really the selection process that I am querying. Because the last one, it was round about 80-something when they appointed him. Didn't last 2 years. This one now is 81. God grant him long life, but they're declaring him missing. Is missing the council of chieftains meetings. All of these things is not even being coronated fully yet. And there are already heavy concerns about his health. And I think that has been the history of that particular stool, you know, that they don't last, especially a long term. You know, they come, they're there for a couple of years, they go and meet their maker, and then they bring in. So what's happening to the 40-year-olds? Look at the Oni of Ife. It's not a 50.
Woman, don't destroy our tradition, please. Don't. What's the concern if Olubadan is being replaced every 2 years? What's your concern with that? I'm asking. If their tradition says it's a ladder, that just like civil service, that you have to grow in rank, you have to pass through every process, and before you finish all the process, you're almost 90. If that is the tradition, I'm asking, what's your concern? After all, Olubadan is not the governor of Oyo State, is he?
It's my concern now. That's my homestead now. That's my homestead.
That's what I'm saying. What I mean by your concern is, what's your concern in the process? You say you have concern with the process of selection.
Yes, I'm concerned that they're shopping too high up the age bracket.
Have you ever heard that Olubadan messed up?
Well, I'm sure it does, but maybe not to my knowledge.
Woman,
does it not concern you that some 82-year-old person is what they are, of all of the...
It doesn't concern me. In fact, I really love that culture because You people keep saying young people. All the young people I have seen that got into position mess it up. So why would I, for one, want a young person in a position in the first place? You might not like me if I say it. People think I'm old, but I'm really very young. But as at my age, I wouldn't want my age mate to be the president of a country. Because I know what goes around at a particular age. That was how you people put Jonathan in Aso Rock. And all hell was let loose. Hey, he's a young man. He is a doctor. Even when the doctorate degree was not written. He's a first-time learner, the doctorate, and everything. What happened? That's one president I already find it difficult to forgive. And then you have what is it? What is that Oba, the young Oba that shakes hands in public, and what's that his name? The one that is very young. Take pictures.
Is it the Oni?
I don't even know. There is one popular one that is quite young. Marrying.
It's the Oni that was marrying women like almost every week.
And he's seen in public shaking hands, doing dab with boys. That's the kind of Olubado you want, right?
No. And by the way, you know when you see Oni in public, you might not. You know, the Oni has a living effigy. He can be in his palace and still be in that space. So you don't know the level of spirituality in play there. So
wait first.
You know what they call an abameda? Abameda.
That was why you people went to war with bow and arrow with somebody who has ammunition. Never mind. One man.
Don't worry now. We use Kanoko. Do you know what they call Kanoko? The Yoruba space is very strong when it comes to voodoo. When you can take one step and walk 1,000 miles. But no, I'm a bit concerned that they are replacing an 82-year-old man with an 81-year-old man.
If it comes to such a position, it needs somebody who doesn't have much left in his life, in his personal life to commit to, except to commit to do that thing. That's the way I see it. Some kingdoms, they manage them young, manage them like Benin Empire. They have the Olamans, whatever, around the guy, trying to hold him
but
down.
the Benin Empire, they're a subsect of the Yorubas now, so they're like
that's what I'm saying.
Subordinate Yoruba.
The people around them, around the Oba, is very strong. They hold him down. But this your Oni, I don't think people around him is strong. The guy just moves about like growing up as a child. I never knew that Oni would be behaving like that anyway. But it's good it's happening in Yoruba land. Because it shows you people are losing your caution. And you are losing it so fast. Now you are saying they should bring a 19-year-old boy for Olu of Ibadan. How does that even sound in your ear? The name alone carries a weight that shouldn't be on a young person. What does it mean?
Maybe not a young person, but a younger person. A younger.
Word that I listen. What is Olubadan? What does that mean?
Yeah, it means the king of Ibadan now. That's just. I think it's people like Bishop that can expand on that.
Do you know why I asked you that question? Because I'm sure you don't know the nitty-gritty in that name. That's why you want a 40-year-old person to handle it. I ended there. The person that knows the nitty-gritty of that name will not be speaking the way you are speaking. They will never speak that way. Seeing one young boy that will be doing shuperu in the street with boys, that's what you want to. I bet one man leave me. If he die in 2 years, we bring another one. After all, they have them in lines. Anyone that dies, another one represents. As long as it's not the seat that is killing them.
Yeah, I think somebody is putting a broomstick on the floor for them. You know, if they put a broomstick on the floor for you and you cross over it in Yoruba land, Odigbere.
You people believe in this, your juju.
Don't worry about that.
And you have that juju, and you still claim that white men came and deceived you. So where is the power of your juju? When they came?
The power of juju was what made it possible for them not to do what they did to the Red Indians to us now, or to the Aborigines in Australia when they wiped them all out and took their.
Woman, I beg, make una continue. I did listen.
All right, brilliant. You came in just at the last minute, Joel and Prestige. I was thinking I'm going to start to wrap it up, but there you are, Joel of Nashville. On mute, let's hear from you.
Good to hear everyone talking.
The Megiddo of Nashville.
Man, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be listening from, Joel of Nashville, One Man Show. Man, One Man, it's been a lot going on. Yesterday, I think I tuned in yesterday, and I think I had something to do, and I had to call us. But which one are we talking about today? I don't want to talk about the Olubada. Whoever is the next should just take over. That's it. You know, I mean, there must be politics played, especially around those who are in power. We saw it happen with Yaradua. You know, if someone in power is having an airmate, people around them, even saw it with Akeredolu, you know, so people around them tend to play this politics. So whatever it is, if his son is saying that he's going to appear in the public soon, let's see how he appears. If he does, fine. If he doesn't, we move on. If he's late, he get replaced. Probably if you say someone in his 60s, someone in his 60s will be fine. But I think there is a procedure, you know, to electing or to crowning these people. So if the procedure must be followed, and if the next person is 81 years old or 80 years old, so be it. So be it.
All right. The main topic of discussion really is your space, and we don't every day want to go there, but every day it always flashes itself up in the headlines. It's always at the top of the news. Something Labour Party, something Peter Obi. Let me actually show you something. Let me show you something. You see this, what you're seeing on your screen right there, that's usually where I get the news from. It updates every 5 minutes to tell you what is the most current in the news. And then it also tells you what is the most popular. If you click on here, it tells you what the most popular talking points are. And there's always some Labour Party, something or the other there. So it's not as though that I deliberately seek them out. They never seem to want to stay out of the headlines. So still in the headlines, Julius Abure reads himself back as the Labour Party chairman. What are you making of that? Is this a shot in the foot, or what do you make of that?
Yeah, so this Abure's case, I don't know. I think, let me just say it this way. Abure played the politics the Nigerian way. These are the things you see people like Tinubu do, you know. So he has shown that he is a master when it comes to, you know, playing this kind of politics. And I tell you why. You see, it is not always easy to see somebody is making some noise.
So sorry, that is coming from that's coming from me. It's raining heavily where I am. I'll mute myself.
Oh wow. Okay. So looking at Abure, and how he went about his stuff. It's not many times you see a party chairman having the ears of almost all the state chairmen or the state executive, active executive members. So looking at what happened and looking at those people that were behind him. So I think that Abule must have played his game right, and those people have the confidence, to bring him back to power. So I wouldn't say he rigged himself in. The process might be wrong, but he absolutely did not rig himself in. I don't know where he's headed with this. Um, I think it was meant to be held in Abia State, and it was cancelled, and it was moved to Anambra State. Now, we saw that as an affront because Obi was against the convention. Oti is against the convention. Obedience are against the convention. If you have to do something like that, first and foremost, right, we know that if Peter Obi is there, right, he's still going to get the presidential ticket. So that is not political. It's just common sense. However, I would have thought that the Labour Party chairman would come from the north to create a balance. You see, no matter how you want to look at it, even if it comes from the state.
Sorry, Joel. Does the return of Abure, does it not further validate the Soyinka arguments that is a regional setup, that they've essentially turned the Labour Party into a regional movement?
It's not regional. What makes it regional? It's not regional. The problem is that you have someone in power who played the politics to get himself back in power without thinking about balancing the power structure. That is where I'm looking at it from. It still goes down to the Nigerian politician and how they play their politics. They don't think. It's just common sense. Abure, from the allegations that we've been having, even though not proven in court, but from the news we're getting, is making a bank. Don't you think if Abure is making a bank, that the state chairman will be making even bigger banks? It's just common sense, one man. So why would they want to destroy that structure? It's easy. And if Abure, from what I'm saying, because in every endeavor in life, if you're this kind of person that is so greedy, it will come back to haunt you. If Abure were that greedy a person, I do not think that he will have the backing of this chairman. So if Abure is like, it
Sorry, I think Joel just dropped there. He'll reconnect in a moment. Prestige, are you there? Whilst
Yeah, I'm
Prestige.
here. I'm here.
Do you want to speak to us? Just free flow at it.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
free flow at it. I was gonna continue from where you were, stop. He just took a word out of my mouth. So everything he said is what I have in mind to say. So I'm not gonna flood that area that much. So whatever happened in that area, the way he was re-elected, I don't know what kind of better. Definitely, the chairmanship should have come from the north if you want to balance everything. But I don't want to speak on too much politics. We flog politics. Everybody has spoken. Although I just came in. So having said that, let me pivot to the entertainment area. One man, do you know about the guy called Emmanuel Mundi? Remember the guy that sold fake airport? I think it was 1995.
Yes, for about 500, he sold it to the Australians, didn't he? For
No,
about
no, it was to
500
the
million.
Brazilian bank.
Oh,
So the
yes, for about $500 million, if I remember rightly.
right. The man has turned to a pastor now. Yes, he's a pastor somewhere in Anambra State. I say, wow,
My God, is he
yeah,
running a master class in 419?
exactly. They have him waiting. I was watching. I couldn't believe it. I say, only in Nigeria something like this happened. But anyway, that's just the news I want to bring. Then another one. I'm going on.
Do you know a guy called? You must know a guy called Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know they were discussing the same man on Joe Rogan a few weeks ago. The Nigerian man that sold an airport to a Brazilian bank. They were discussing it on Joe Rogan.
Oh,
You
they
know?
were. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's Nigeria for you. Anything is possible. But anyway, another one that's had political, coronation to it is the guy they call very dark man in Nigeria. I'm just going out of. I'm not talking about politics right now, but
No, very good. This is what you're doing is exactly what we want done. We are not rigid to the talking points now. Is the
all right.
talking points are just to open up the space. So that very dark man space. I've been trying to follow it. I know Bob Brisky is involved. I know Tonto DK is
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
And I know, a lot of show business. In fact, there was one guy called Femi something that is now being involved. It's one of these big Yoruba
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
So what's going on there?
I mean, I follow
What's his
entertainment.
beef with? Yeah.
I follow entertainment in Nigeria. So the guy is still in jail. I think he was invited for interview last Friday or Thursday last week. So thinking that he was going to come out, so they still have him in the jail. But I think the camera that broke the back. I don't know if this is necessary. What happened? There must be some power
Jailed
power
him
that
though,
gives.
because who jailed him? Because the speculation is that it is Tonto DK that actually jailed him.
I think it's more than that because the guy has been talking enough, but it's a freedom of speech, And he was, he talked about entertainment a lot, bashing Bob Brisky or wherever, and some other places, But to DK come in, Bob Brisky come in, but I think they reported him to the Inspector General of Police. I'm thinking it has some political undertone to that. I think they've been wanting to arrest him because he has gone to a lot of particularly in the north, try to expose what's going on there. Of course, he leaned towards entertainment. Sometimes he dive into politics. So right now, what I'm hearing right now is the Inspector General is the one that Even I thought they asked for bond. He has the bond. They still don't want to release him. Up to right now, he's still in jail. So
The
he
guy,
doesn't have.
the
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
Norman,
They said
that's not correct. He has been released.
they said the policemen are sleeping with Bob
No,
Brisky. That's one of the.
he has been released. He has been released. I think
Oh, it
yesterday
has
or two
been
days
released
ago.
today.
No, not today. Yesterday or 2 days ago.
No, are you sure? Are you
He
sure,
was released
Bishop?
yesterday. He made a video himself yesterday, as in Tuesday or Monday. He
Oh,
made a
okay.
video. He has been. In fact, there was a video of when he was coming out of the police station. People that went to release him because his lawyer said something before then. His lawyer made a video that they couldn't get him out the previous day. That they
Right.
were asking for some condition, but he met the condition, big condition, and released him the following day.
Oh, okay. But he shouldn't have been there in that long for just speaking his mind, So, but I mean, just the
I mean,
problem with Nigeria.
no. If you don't know the complete
Okay,
story, you will not say.
Bishop, what did he do? Tell me what he do with that he deserved to be
No,
there.
let's assume I don't know. Let's assume I don't know. So if me and you, me, I don't know, and you don't know the details of his offense, it will be preposterous for us to decide that he shouldn't have been there beyond one day
But
because we don't
Bishop,
know
it
the
couldn't be
offense.
anything but freedom of speech. There's
No,
nothing.
see,
I can bet you.
no. Freedom of speech is not absolute. We've said this here before. Freedom of speech is not absolute. There are responsibilities and there are consequences for if you make claims you cannot substantiate.
Okay, let me tell you the last claim that I understood what actually happened because he claimed that Toto DK is what's the name of G's lover? Is the is the owner of G's lover. She's the one that's perpetuating G's lover. That was the last narrative I had about it before he was invited to come and to come and give reason why he accused Toto DK. That's my understanding. Of course, that may not be exactly what happened. So I don't know what kind of information you have. I follow Nigerian this thing. So I'm thinking he shouldn't have been invited. I mean, freedom of speech. You know, I mean, he couldn't have done anything, say illegal, whatever, to my own understanding. So.
Did Tonto DK not join the APC recently? I think I saw it vaguely. Did she join the APC recently?
I think after the failed attempt, because I think he contested or attempted to contest somewhere in Rivers.
Sorry, Joel. Mike, there's something wrong with your connection somewhat. We can. It's just quicking. Maybe deep back in. Say something now. Oh no, now we can hear you now. Yes. All right, brother. Yeah.
Hey, that guy you guys are talking about, that dark man guy. The guy with was it not the same guy that was making nasty comment about Alex Iwobi after Nigeria lost in the final?
Yeah, he said something
where
like that.
The entire team were they were upset. The entire Super Eagles team was upset because the guy, to the point where the boys didn't want to give interview when they came back. The guy, it wasn't him. It was him and one other guy. I think it was Sunday Ednon. They were the two main guys that went online. They were singling out the Obi and talking nasty about the boys. I mean, blaming him for losing the game. I mean, the guy has been provoking people, man. So I'm not surprised at it. Yeah.
Mike, what kind of provocation? What did he say? I mean,
no, I don't know. I don't know anything about what's going on. I just think, I don't care. I don't know. I don't even follow. I just know. The only thing I remember him for was when he attacked you. I didn't even know the guy. When he attacked you, Wobi, I literally was upset with the guy. But I don't know anything else about him.
He said that Bobrisky is sleeping with at least three DIGs. He was specific, calling on the DIGs, right? So I think that is what sparked up all this thing. So he may have made some statements.
Where did the guy even come? Where did he even come from? Is the thing. He just busted onto the social scene about 18, no more than 18. He's not even 2 years on the scene.
No, not.
I don't know where he's from.
He's from Edo State.
Okay, Edo State. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If you want to know the state exactly where you're from. But hey, that's how you become popular, gain follower. I mean, am I going to do something like that? No, but a lot of space in Nigeria does it. But he happened to be more vocal, So, but I think I brought it to say about the power, power that be when it comes to Nigerian space. I mean, they don't like you. They can, if exactly what happened. I mean, everybody just brought out a different narrative, So I'm not really sure the one, that he was arrested for. But this kind of thing is very common in Nigeria, Yeah, I just want to say from that angle, I don't have that much to say in politics. So go ahead, Joel. Continue where you stop.
All right, go ahead, Joel. But let me bail our hand over to Mike. Acknowledge the super chatters: Tiba Jack, AB Kulata, Olatubosun, and of course Ayo. We always mention Ayo. So thank you to those. So that's Ayo, that's Ayo, that's Bosun, that's Kulata, that's AB, and that's Tima Jack. So thank you to all that. The super chat still open even when one man is not around. To the people listening on or watching on YouTube, it's going to reset in a moment. So you have to go back to the platform to click on it because we're resetting the after hours now to a standalone session by itself. So just go to the platform and re-click on it. So thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Mike, over to you.